You did.
Yep.
Good question.
Man, imagine he died in there and the Lord Item's in there now, and it's like really hard to get to.
Then I'd be a far more furious.
Wow, you know where it is.
Yeah, but you know how annoying it would be to know where it is and know you just can't get to it? You're just like, well...
Oh, it also means not many other people can get to it.
Like,
True.
not even guard.
Unless the creature naturally has an anti-magic, physical body, for example, Daka's people being naturally magically resistant, Scrofe, so on and so forth, or you have the ability to permanent cast anti-magic field on yourself, or have a cloak like Daka's. Going through there would be basically like carrying a match into an oil field. You might walk out without losing any limbs, but the likelihood isn't very high.
You know what? I got the cloak back, gents. I think I'm good to go.
As long as you don't cast anything, you should be fine. You and your wild magic ass. Because I'm going to tell you right now, those things are, if you end up with wild magic going off in there, you think your wild magic table is bad. I have one that's worse that I can use.
That's nice. You know what? I think the first order of business is to make a chest-high wall around the Daka's village.
Yes.
Outside of Seiko City.
No one can pass a chest-high wall.
No one can pass the chest-high wall.
Oh,
He has a horse. No.
No, it doesn't matter. Chest-high walls can't be passed.
Have you not seen the video?
I have no idea what this video
Don't
is.
worry about it. We don't talk about the other part of the video. All that matters is that nothing can pass a chest-high wall.
You're right.
And
Nothing
Daka's
can pass
peoples
it.
are gonna believe it. We will make it happen. I have the power of my clan now behind me, with belief.
Cheston, I'm only watching that after session.
That's fine. Hunter, I'd like to request whether that you set up at least a couple miles away, because we need expansion room for our city that's already being built.
In theory, if you can set him down to where the Black Lyrium is and he lights it off, you'll have a really nice open area that's fully clear.
Yo, tell him there's something cool down there for them to go grab.
Yeah.
I'm not murdering his clan.
Oh, no, I
No,
meant
they
like
will
having
survive.
Daka walk down there and fucking light the thing off. And then watching his cloak cause him to go Super Saiyan.
Hey, maybe it'll send, you know?
No, but he will become scary. I will warn you of that. And I would be concerned, Grup, because Daka's most hated, as he's made clear now that Goji's gone, is next Citrix. So you'd be his target if he goes into an undying rage. Be worried, my friend.
Well, I think I'm above any unknown monster, hopefully.
Yes, but are you stronger than a Daka with a Lord item? That's
Two
been
Lord items,
supercharged.
I don't know.
I mean, you might be able to, in theory, stealth away. Because Daka's one thing is he doesn't have true sight unless Bastion gives it to him. So you
I
got
thought
that.
I thought you ruled that your site doesn't work like that anymore.
We can't give it, also...
No, and I'm gonna put this in the ruling. It's written there outright. So everyone, anytime someone asks a question about that,
I say you pin it after you write it down.
Important.
yeah, give me a minute. Let's see. All right. All right, there you go. I will pin that.
I am natural.
Yeah, so there you go. There's the official ruling, because I'm tired of people bugging me. If you have no magical items boosting it at all, yeah, you'd be fine. Alright, let's see.
Oh, so that isn't a line, because you said with your site, you probably couldn't see the dude, right? That was
Grumpy,
from an item.
Grumpy, I'm going to make this very simple for you to understand, buddy. Okay. The DM has written the rule as of now. So as of now, that is the rule. Understand this, when you work in corporate, unless it's written down, until the day it's written down, the rule isn't cemented. Your boss always can change it. But once they write it down in a public forum and everyone else knows about it, it's now that is the rule.
Yep. Now
There
we
you
can go back to that.
Because now
This is the
you can
reason.
say, hey, Royce, you wrote this down as this. That means that you can't go against your own word. There you go.
Sounds good.
And it has happened.
Has
Doesn't matter
happened.
anymore.
Fatherless, if you will.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Don't worry about it.
It's fucking Caleb.
You know, if you can joke, you can show up, motherfucker.
If you can joke, you can play.
Get your ass in here or keep your jokes in your PMs. I don't want to see her. It's like showing up to a work luncheon because they decide to order out from your favorite restaurant after you called out sick. And your boss is like, I thought you were sick. And you're like, no, man, I
got better.
Yeah, I'm better up. And he goes, oh, cool, so you can work the rest of the day. No, sir, after this, I'm going to be sick. And it's like, no, that's not how that works.
Look, I have food poisoning.
in exactly 1 hour after lunch, I'm gonna be sick again.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm actually allergic to what I'm eating right now.
I'm allergic to shellfish, which I'm currently shoveling into my face.
Oh, goddamn. Also, why is it that my cooking raw rice has become the goat joke of the group? All right.
It's the fish joke. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, all right. So here's how the joke goes, right? Man walks into a bar. Barkeep looks at him and goes, "Aren't you that fella known as that one guy with the goat?" And he goes, "Listen, you see this bar?" And the bartender goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I built every bar in this town by hand." And he goes, "Okay." The bartender goes, "Okay." And he says, "See these walls?" And the bartender goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I built every building in this city." Okay. And he goes, "I built that pier out there. But yet no one remembers me as that." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You fuck one goat!"
I much prefer the version of that where it's like, I smith 1,000 swords. Am I known as a swordsmith? No. I killed 1,000 dragons. Am I known as the dragon slayer? No. I fucked a single goat. And now forever.
God, that's fair. I go with the Ron Swanson one from Parks and Recreation, just because it's the one I'm familiar with.
That's fair.
I like Parks and Rec.
It was a good show. But no, yeah. So, I've cooked 100 dishes, right? Like, no issue before. I cooked one rice dish. I was stoned, drunk, and hadn't slept in 48 hours. And that's what people fucking remember. And I went and solved the issue, by the way, right afterwards, and went and got yogurt to take care. Alright, I only told you guys motherfuckers about it because of the fact that my stomach was killing me and I had to cut session out for the day. Because no one wanted to hear my gassy ass in the background while I was trying not to die. For 2 hours, I had like what everyone talks about that Taco Bell is. I had that experience, that meme experience, dying on the toilet. That was me for 4 hours after these rice. It was terrible.
Why do they call it a restroom?
Well, I guess you found a way to clear out your system better.
Exactly. Well, out of that came the realization that yogurt is the best thing for digestiveness, especially as someone who's lactose intolerant, but also on top of the fact that if you ever have a big meal and you don't want a lot of the calories to sit in you, eat either yogurt before or after it. You only need a little cup of it and the shit will basically take care of your stomach. So. Oh man. But I do remember the first recommendation when I ate this was, oh, hey, you should just drink the stuff out of the dead yeast out of the bottom of your meads.
What?
Because dying yeast has a lot of good gut bacteria for you and will actually help your stomach digest better. Also, if you don't do anything, you have to there's a certain kind of procedure that you have to go through, and it's not real fun.
It's the best kind of procedure. What do you mean?
Get your gut pumped.
No, you get someone else's shit shoved up your ass.
Yeah, you get a poop transplant.
Yep. Which, now you're welcome for that thought process, Cook. Don't Google it. You'll regret it.
I already know about the transplant.
Yes, it's one thing about gut bacteria. But with the shitty situation over and done with, pun intended, we jump into a new one with this party of...
Oh.
Well, as Robert and Shaston and Grumpy put it, or one of them, I've forgotten who said it, we're going to poke things with a stick until something happens. Because that truly depicts every session of this campaign.
Last time we
Well,
did
they sent me
that,
to
our
do it.
base exploded, so hasn't been going very good.
Yeah, so last session, the base exploded. The party met some locals. They made friends with a long-term, well, an old acquaintance of Bastion's, also known as Stealing McSteelface, known as Asshole, and now starting to slowly become more known as the Forgotten Song before he turns level 15. But there are still thousands that know him as just Asshole from the Tiefling lands.
I like asshole.
And unfortunately for poor Bastion, he has not yet overtaken the numbers, especially because every time he tells people, the cities get wiped out that know about him. But yeah, so last time we left off with the party spending their time in town, exploring, learning about a secret slaver's ring going on, and a small island that had declared independence. The father of a former character, who ironically is in general chat hanging out right now. We returned to the party having spent the night relaxing, resting up, and catching up on paperwork, as well as working away at their own items. So,
Solving puzzles.
sorry, I apologize. Solving the
important.
puzzles. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the puzzles. Besides, I remember how you got them. I don't remember what they all had, other than the last one's a golem.
Rubik's Cube-based puzzles is what you said.
Yeah, no, I remember that, and I remember they all dance if you solve them.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I don't know where the inspiration for that came from, but we're going with it.
Yes.
So yeah, we come back to the following day, the party having settled into their new base, most remaining underground, working away at their stuff, while Sieko works tirelessly through the night on the paperwork and procedures of his town, Daka spending his time with his people, getting them settled in, minus the one that got killed right in front of the entire the party. But that's redundant. We come back to the party having gathered once again into the underground, all together, discussing as the morning light starts to dawn above ground, coffee having been brought by Horv. Many of you unfamiliar with the drink to an extent, but now as you are left alone with no Goji and just Daka, the realization sets in about Daka's lost item. And the sad supposed loss of Gabo, who was holding on to one of Daka's lordly items. And some believe was a piece of him that fell out, as I found out from some characters in the PMs, which I'm still disturbed in how they figured that one. We won't go into that subject, though, today. So yeah, we come back, you all sitting around a table enjoying a fresh brew of coffee having been laid out by Horv, who returns back to his research lab still very angry. And you all kind of are able to relax, take a moment, and think. What would you all like to do?
So, from what I remember, when Chaston threw me into the that pit of monsters with that dragon.
Oh no. I don't like where this is going.
No, it's not that bad. I was by, Gabo, as we name him, told me that the Dragon Main's activation word is activate. So, and that's when he popped out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just try to say it again to see if he pops out.
Well, shit. All right, first roll in the night that I don't have dice ready for. Give me a minute.
Oh boy.
We've already surprised. I forgot that. I didn't know that. Remember
I
that.
promise you, this only goes badly. But this is gonna be entertaining.
We say it every time.
I know. I keep repeating myself with expecting you guys all to listen. It's like Grim Legacy. Every time I tell them, hey, don't do this, they took it as a fucking challenge.
I'll say it now. If the word activate destroys my base,
Oh, we're gonna find out. That's a D100. That's a
Well,
Nothing
D20.
bad happened the last time this happened.
True.
Well, Gobbo's not here.
Pick a number between 1 and 100. Daka.
47.
Holy shit. Alright. It's not a good thing for you necessarily. As you do, nothing seems to happen. As you say activate out loud, the cloak doesn't seem to change. Nothing seems to happen after a few minutes. You hear crickets chirping underground somehow.
What was
Yeah.
that for?
That's not normal.
Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to look for Gobbo, dude. He was in my
Yeah.
cloak.
Daka chews on some bread.
I'm eating the Frenchy fries. It's curly and such.
Mm.
This man named Arby's made them for me.
Just took random food from a stranger. Yes, Bastion?
Did we get the posters of the bounties we were looking at already, or?
Yes, they were given to you lot the night you returned with the information on the slaver.
So, we're going after that hammer guy, huh?
Yeah, how far away? Dude?
Yeah, so as you look about at the three, so as noted, the one in the top, the flute player seems to have been noted as a messenger came in this morning to update the bounty locations, last seen location. This flute-like gentleman, and let me pull up my map because even the DM does not remember all of his history.
I'm gonna be honest. I want his hair. It's long and
Literally?
Yeah. Literally.
That's called scalping, and is something frowned upon.
Yeah,
Well,
and he's a bounty guy. We have to
If
kill
you
him.
want his hair, my advice is wash your hair twice a week, no more. As it gets longer, I recommend shampooing
I'm
it
just
fully with conditioner.
Imagining Sieko with their hair like duct taped to his head.
Yeah, you misunderstand. I want to cut off his hair so Sieko can keep it.
Oh, I thought you meant literally you. I was like, well, actually, it's really easy. I can teach you how to do that,
Talk about a dragon mane, if you know what I mean.
I learned how from a beautician, or degree beautician, so,
Sieko doesn't have hair, so he's jealous.
Daka still has his beard, doesn't he? So just,
Yes, he-
12-inch long beard.
Yes, he does.
My 13-inch beard.
Oh, sorry, 13.
So yes, the flute player seems to have been last seen about 2 days to the north in an abandoned ruined tower. When kind of getting updates on the information, no real notes of what the tower used to be, other than an outpost at one point for the Mountain Dwarf military. As well as the Hill Dwarf military at certain points in history. No one knows or remembers exactly what it was used for, but that was the last known location. So it's about a day's march north. The smithing gentleman has been spotted about 4 days south of you, from Rectra, where at the opening to the Great Golden Sea. Supposedly, rumor has it that he slayed a dragon and is now trying to live inside of it, or it is trying to live inside of it. And the last one, the spiders, are said to have been noted as being spotted in the Duragar Northern Territories, or former Duragar Northern Territories, where many of them have been caught feasting on elementals and other such creatures pretty easily. With a large amount of mountains around the area, it seems that they've taken over most of them and created hives of sorts.
Yeah, no, don't want anything to do with that.
I'm gonna be honest. I want to hunt the big guy. I'm very uncomfortable that the charm one is only a day away from my city.
He said 2 days, didn't he?
Do you wanna take
No, it's
care
about a
of
day.
the one, then?
Oh,
Okay.
about that. Okay.
Because what happens if the charm one comes to the city?
He's gonna
That-
charm people.
Bad things. He's gonna charm the kids. He's gonna walk away with them.
It's the Pied Piper.
Yeah, he's my
It'll teach them to be good kids, right?
No,
I don't know.
They're
That's not how
never
that story goes.
never gave the kids back.
Well, no. It's a story you tell the other kids that
No,
don't get
it's
taken
not a
away.
story about the kids being good or bad. It's for the adults.
It's the best story.
Well, it'll teach people something.
We can do the Forge one. If
Yeah.
we do it first, I'd like to do the other one right after.
Move
Because-
forward.
He's dangerous.
Yeah.
Before we leave, I tell my people that flutes are stupid. And you never should listen to anybody who plays a flute.
Daka, you watched as one of the kids had found this thing they called a boomstick and shot one of the warriors' head clean off, and then the tribe ate the body to show respects. Most of the people are more concerned that your tribe's going to eat the city.
Well, I'm telling my tribe that.
Yeah, I understand that, but from a perspective, if this thing can manage to get them, I think you should be more concerned for the poor town when they go, if these creatures go ballistic. But yeah, so as you head out, or if you're gonna head out ahead of the party to go and mention that to your tribe, you fully can.
Yeah, the rest of the party can meet me up
Okay.
the tribe before we head out.
As you get up there, Daka, heading up and kind of climbing over the wall, you go past where the clan is supposed to be, and there's nothing there.
Oh, they're being mobile again. They've moved on.
Dang. Who would have thought?
They've moved on already.
They wasn't supposed to leave just yet.
Well,
You do see a piece of paper kind of pinned to one of the trees in the center of where the encampment was, as you kind of look around and investigate further.
Now let me see the chicken scratch they left me.
Alright, as you walk over and look, give me an intelligence check.
you gotta decipher the text.
Oh, that's a natural 20 for a 21.
Damn. Yeah, so,
He can read his own.
unfortunately, it's still not high enough to fully understand what they're implying, as the...
Listen, they're my people.
As the drawing, it's a mix of drawings and like letters tossed together and jumbled. But as you read it, the guesstimation is you see a picture of an orc pointing in the distance or in a direction, and then words and then a couple of letters that spell out in very scribbled common NTH. And then they just an arrow pointing up. And then below that, it shows a guy with a picture of like a mask and this long stick that it looks like he's trying to suck on.
It's okay. They could do it. I believe in them.
I think the Pied Piper took my people.
Or they're, going
Or they're
to-
just really bad at drawing and they've moved on.
I don't know. There's a guy sucking on a piece of wood.
As Daka comes back with the note in hand.
We did catch your one tribe member chewing on that stick the other day.
That is true.
Oh, that could be like the boomstick.
Oh no.
They're chewing on a boomstick. There's nothing I can do for him.
Yeah, I think they just wondered.
Listen, they're getting the iron in their diet.
As you return back with the note, Daka, sitting back down with your group mates after a few minutes, or after about 10, 20 minutes passing.
I think we should fight the Pied Piper guy.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like him either. That's why I want to go fight him. Sorry. That's why we like to go fight him. Because if he's taking my people, I don't quite like that.
To be fair, in the time we get to the Pied Piper, the blacksmith's more likely to have not moved because it's only a day's travel.
And it's trying to live inside of a dragon.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna move for a little while.
Uh-huh.
He's preoccupied.
My
Sounds good.
people are quite unpredictable,
I
as
just
you guys
go-
might have guessed.
Great, charmed people, exactly what I want.
Yeah,
Bastion starts leaving.
because of what the Piper's
Same.
doing, I'm willing to bet he's constantly moving. If we wait more than a day, he'll probably be gone. We won't know where he is anymore.
Is it possible we can stop hearing so we can not get charged?
You could try and buy like cotton on the market and just shove it in your ears.
Yes, I would like to do
Or
this.
like cloth, or you could create leather earmuffs of sorts if you want to try to.
Sure.
You just
I'm
can't
not-
stop listening to people
I'm
on
not even
command,
gonna
'cause I can
bother.
do that. I do that to you all.
I'm immune.
Hold on. I'd like
You're
to
gonna
walk
try.
to that item shop.
Yep.
What's up, Sieko?
I want to go to someone that sells magic items in this town. Doesn't really matter. The little thing I ask for.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask for an item if they can get me just a piece of cloth enchanted with deafness, so I'm deaf as long as I'm wearing it.
That's a new one on me. I wasn't expecting that. Give me a minute.
It's not a bad plan, right?
No.
I think it's
You
phenomenal.
can also try and make it if it's not available.
Sorry?
If there's none, I can also
Oh.
try and make it.
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
Yeah.
Where are you, Gabo? Oh, I need Jez.
Come here. You just like hold him out. What would you be? You're trying to lure him with something?
No,
No.
I'm just
That'd be funny.
Give me a second.
because maybe he's still in my mind somewhere.
All
Just
right.
imagine DACA hanging "Have you seen my Gabo" signs all around town.
Have you seen my Gabo? Oh, I love him very much.
As
He's been dead for quite a while.
As you head to a couple of the shop owners point you to a shop on the edge of on the northern edge of town, Sieko. As you kind of, I assume the rest of the party's gonna follow after Sieko, or are the rest of you gonna go do your own things?
I'll follow him. I'm interested.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go
Sure.
with.
Okay.
No, you know what? I'm going to go around the city looking for Gabo.
Okay. We'll get to you in a minute then. As the rest of you go to the northern edge of town, you see this kind of older gentleman who seems to kind of look at you for a moment, and as he kind of takes a second, give me a sec. He kind of looks on at you and goes. As the shop kind of immediately, as you stand in front of it, opens up its entire front area as if magic kind of pulls the windowed walls and doors aside, opening up to this large room where you see like different medical instruments like tongs, some different types of scissors, sewing needles, some different weird potions and liquids. And you see the sign out front says "What ails you?" As the name of the store. And this kind of stumpy looking dwarf comes out from behind the bar, and you see as he kind of steps down off of something and shrinks, going from looking like he's about 5 feet tall down to now you realize is under 4 feet. As he comes out and he goes, What can I do for you? And you see this very overweight, kind of like gut leaning forward, ale stains all across this merchant shirt, and like a very kind of popped at the top, not intentionally. It looks like the thing has torn slightly, and you can see like a bunch of brown chest hairs sticking out. Completely bald head, only a little ring on his of hairs on around his cap, looking like he has a little like a giant bald spot, and a very thinning beard.
I was sent here when I was asking people about an item to deafen me as long as I wear it. Something with the deafness spell on it.
I once heard a poem similar to this. Would you like to hear it?
Sure, why not?
Wait, really? I usually don't get that far with my customers.
I mean, you're being hospitable. I may as well let you.
I would rather just buy the items and leave, but
He kind of looks and goes, "Well, shit! Now I gotta go dig for the poem book. Give me a few minutes." And kind of heads
That's
back.
too long.
Yes.
He kind of he comes out a few minutes later, and as a few seconds go by, he goes, "All right. Allow me to read this poem I've been writing in my free time. At the days of old there was only darkness far and wide, and beasts ruled the void as there was no need to hide. The beasts they laughed, giggled, and formed their evil schemes, entrapped and killed each other, and madness reigned by all means." And he just kind of looks up at you and goes, "What do you think?"
I give a polite like golf clap.
As you turn to walk, Bastion, you feel a wall of force kind of push you back. And he goes, "Oh, friend, when the book's been opened, you can't leave within earshot of me."
I hold up.
it was awful.
I hold up a 6.
I give a polite golf clap. I'm like, yeah, all right.
He kind of appreciates it and goes, okay. You know what? Just for you, what are you looking for, good friend? What are your names?
I'm Sieko.
Oh, the lord of the town.
I'm Tick-Trick.
The Crazy Smith. I've heard about you.
They just call me the Forgotten Song.
You know,
No, they don't.
I've heard that name. Someone came by. A big green fella said to call you asshole instead. Kind of big muscles.
No, that's his name.
Oh, I must have misheard. I'm getting old these days. My ears are going. He goes,
I
okay.
think
I
the
think
green
asshole
orc
sounds
looking
better.
guy.
Yeah, big tusk, kind of bigger than a normal orc, very bright green. It has a big
his
stone
name's
shield.
Asshole.
My apologies. He kind of takes out his customer book, and you see him scratching out Doc on it and rewriting asshole.
I think asshole is a better name than Forgotten Song, honestly.
He goes, all right. Well, I appreciate your staying. Though I don't appreciate your rating, Mr. Forgotten Song. But my liege, what may I you said you came here to buy something. I didn't hear you. What was it?
Yeah, I need an item to deafen me. There's a monster nearby that charms people through music. So, if I can be deafened, fight
Okay.
with them a lot easier.
Kind of looks at you for a moment and goes, I hate to be the one to tell you this, my lord. You don't have ears.
I can still hear. I wouldn't be able to have a conversation if I couldn't.
Oh. Now that makes sense, actually. He looks about and goes, huh. I mean, I've worked on a few Dragonborn fellas who had busted eardrums from drunken singing. Apparently, some guy went down to some work kind of similar to your friend asshole. He was down there juggling, and one of them was like singing supposedly, and it caused the gentleman to go deaf. He even seeked me out, asking if I'd be able to help him. But I've never made someone deaf on purpose. Do you want this permanent or temporary?
Temporary, please.
Okay, that makes it a little harder. I mean, you can have one of your friends scream in your ear for a good hour beforehand. That should help.
There is a spell that makes you deaf.
Yeah, I was hoping.
He looks back and goes, "Wait, you want me to use? Oh, you want me to use magic?
Yeah, like.
Oh,
Or do you not do magic?
oh no, I do. Just most people come in here asking for the needle and string for some weird reason. I know how to cast mending, cure wounds, regenerate, but they all assume I can do surgery. I'm gonna be honest. My medicine, my understanding of medicine is bare to none.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was sent here specifically just to get like a piece of cloth or something similar with the spell deafness on it. Just as long as I wear it.
Oh, well, shoot, if you just want that, kind of looks about and looks for a couple of leather things and then kind of grabs a band. And he goes, can you bow down for a minute? I need to measure your, where can you also point your ear holes out?
I'm really tall. I'll kneel down and I'll point out where the holes would be, because I'm assuming it's similar to where the Dragonborns, because like lizards have holes in their side ears instead of proper ears.
Kind of looks at the holes and goes, never had to deafen someone this way. You kind of start stitching some stuff together, and you see him start carving a rune into it. He starts pumping magic into it. You can feel the divination kind of coming off of it, and then he goes, all right, you wear these, they'll last you an hour. They're like, I guess, I don't know what, they're a first craft. I mean, I've never made one of these before. And he kind of hands you some leather patches with, like, a headphone, like, set up to it. And he
I
goes,
had one too.
Oh, earmuffs. I want some too.
I'm gonna be honest, you said your name was Tick-Trick, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you are. I don't know if I can.
I think I also have ear holes, do I?
Let me look up if ants have ear holes.
You have
a
antenna.
mantis.
Yeah, you have antenna. Oh, yeah, mantis. Okay, do mantis have ear holes? It's a new one to Google.
They have a single
One eardrum.
in the
An
midline.
eardrum.
It's in the middle of your. Okay, it's in your hind legs, mate.
What?
Yeah, mantis hear out of their legs.
He's gonna look at you as you like turn around and present to him, and he's gonna be
I was
I'll,
going that
I'll
way,
point.
bro.
I'll point at them.
He kind of scratches his head and goes, "So you want
like some
a
sleeves?
diaper?"
No, I no, I point
All
at
right,
the-
he turns and he goes and starts working on some leather.
No, I'll stop him. Wait, hey, no, it's in my legs.
Yeah, he goes where your legs meet your thorax,
No,
right?
no,
He
no,
goes,
no, 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 no. No, the lower leg, below the knee.
I don't work on third legs unless you pay very well.
I said below the knee, on the legs.
I don't know how well
I
gifted
also
you
don't
are.
have a dick.
I don't know what you're a bug. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't know what you can pull out.
He also eats feet if he doesn't like somebody. So
Oh,
I
Your poem was good. It's okay.
he kind of turns. For the 1 for a 5 in insight, fully believes Bastion's telling the truth, and goes, right with you. Give me 1 moment. He turns and goes,
No, all the legs, not a
yes.
stockings and tight shorts, and short shorts. Understand? And
and a garter belt.
he starts working, and
No,
a
just
few minutes
stockings.
go by of him sewing. He comes back out and he hands you a pair of very well crafted leather black stockings, and a like a speedo designed for your the back of it to kind of stick out to the side.
I will not be wearing the speedo.
And he goes, so it's a complete set. If you don't wear the whole thing, the deafness doesn't work. And he goes, I'm sorry to tell you, and he kind of shows you how to like attach the little belts that connect the whole thing. He goes, by connecting these together and wearing them all at the same time, you don't have to attune to it, but you gotta wear them to keep deafness. I recommend putting them on right before the fight begins. It also may cause an intimidation factor, because I'm going to be honest, if a bug comes running at me with that, I'm afraid you're going to try and lay eggs in me.
All right.
Shut up.
And he
I
goes,
put on the things that are hard to put on, and then when the time comes,
They'll put on the last piece.
put on the last piece.
okay. He kind of looks back and goes, alright, Mr. Forgotten Song, you need, well, you called my poetry crap, so you can fuck off for all I care.
I'm immune to charm. It's okay.
I can tell, my natural charm seems to be beyond you. It's...
How much money will it be for the 2 items, my good friends?
You sat through my poetry on the house. It was just some scrap materials and some spells.
Okay.
He kind of nod.
Thank you.
Anytime. And I was, feel free to come back. I can give you a chest piece that goes with it, Mr. Tickrek.
What would it do?
Intimidate the shit out of any enemy that didn't take you seriously.
Understandable, to be honest.
Deal.
DM, I want you to know, I'm gonna hire this guy in my off time to read me poetry while I do paperwork.
I can give you his full story about this gentleman for later. You can see what his previous profession used to be. But yeah. And he kind of
Oh, that's depressing.
don't worry about it. But yeah, so as you all step out, Daka, let's jump over to you. As you're yelling out Gobbo, Daka, moments kind of go by, and you hear as a goblin comes kind of like running up, and goes, you're talking about you're looking for a Gobbo? I got a cousin named Gobbo.
Is he old and got grey hair?
Well, the gray hair he butchered off of a gnome's backside and taped it to his face. Does that count?
I guess I'll go find out.
Do you?
Bring me to him.
What is there a reward for finding him?
I don't know yet.
Well, then I don't know where he is, unfortunately.
Do you want to keep your life?
The goblin, like 3 foot 5-ish, thin, flimsy as all hell, squinting gray eyes, a very elegant speaking capability for a goblin, which would only be recognized amongst goblins. He kind of looks up at you and goes, I am 3'6", the shortest of my family, I have no wife and kids, and I am already 31, and my entire homeland has been destroyed. He looks you dead in the eye as he pulls out a ladder out of a bag of holding and like steps up onto it and gets right up into your face, Daka, and kind of pokes you in the chest and goes, "You couldn't do worse to me if you tried."
Wanna bet?
On my name is Glizbook, Noggy I promise you, you don't want this smoke. You see this scar? And he points to this giant scar now that you see on his inner thigh as he pulls his shorts up. And he goes, "I took that from a Yuan-Ti king. One of his back tooths bit, Yuan-Ti prince. One of his back tooths bit a hole through my entire leg. You think you can do worse than a giant snake?"
Is there an exit wound?
Yeah, you can see it full clean went through, and you can see the muscle is barely there. The leg is skinny and nothing but bone at this point, and the skin is all flabby and kind of deflated. It looks like the whatever bit this thing out took the muscle out whole.
You know what? I like this. You can have a hand axe.
Can I hand him a hand axe, a normal one?
Yeah, he asked for an award.
He looks at it and goes, "I can sell this for like only 20-some gold." Fine. And he kind of starts walking, walks down the ladder, puts it back in his bag of holding as he folds it back up and walks off towards one of the western part of town where you see a lot more of the houses are run down. He kind of starts to escort you into this like ran down shack, and in there you see first give me a perception check as you're heading down the street.
That'll be an 8.
You start to hear kind of weird like noises, almost like a lot of exhaling with like slight singing to it, and it keeps going. It'll stop and then go and then stop, and then you start hearing more loud moans coming from guttural sounding creatures, very deep voiced creatures, and as Glizbug comes up to the door, this really ran down shack that you can kind of start to see through the little holes of. You kind of peep in, and you just see a bunch of green moving about, like different body parts kind of moving, and lots of different limbs kind of moving about. And he opens up the cloth that's been hung up for a door, and the smell of raw sex of like 3 days worth of sweat, fluids, and other such things just hits you, Doc.
Well, smells like my home. This is quite nostalgic, I have to say.
Glizbug looks up at you and goes, "Huh. That's a weird response to say at a brothel."
Well, we orcs are. Well.
Suddenly you see like splashes of liquid go flying against one of the walls. You're not sure what they were, but the smell erupts even stronger. And he looks back and goes, "Oi, Gabo, get your pale ass out here. There's a giant green man who wants your services." And out comes the oldest looking goblin you've ever seen. Long gray hair. Some of it's taped on, some of it's natural, just like flowing off to the sides of him. Belly reaching the ground that's kind of dragging, the legs kind of wobbling side to side, wearing nothing, but thankfully the gut is so big it covers. As this creature comes out, large man boobs kind of like floating down to around the belly button. And just missing almost all of his teeth, a nose that is bent halfway to the left, completely standing like 4 inches off of his face. He comes out and he goes, "I like a big man."
I assume this is not the Gabo that I once knew.
No, that Gabo is somewhat muscular and decent looking.
Unfortunately, this is not a Gabo I'm looking for, so...
He starts to rub his man boobs around the nipples and looks up at you and goes, "No, but I can be."
No, I don't think you can.
"Come here, big boy," and he starts kind of walking towards you, still wobbling.
No, I'm gonna have have to put a stop to that. No, thank you.
How's you sure I can show you a good time? Just close your eyes, you'll never know.
I definitely would know. No, thank you.
You hear him as he
Oh,
starts to
and have I,
scratch his ass, and you hear something like crunching and then snapping as ooze you can see coming back on his finger.
Ew.
I'm trying to eat. Okay.
I just finished eating, so I'm all good.
Glizbug goes,
Thank you. That's disgusting. Take
He
a
goes,
bath, please.
in fairness, Gobbo here, he's the most known whore in these parts. He charges a premium of 4 gold pieces per hour. His services.
Well, I've never heard of him. No, thank you.
He goes, well, if you change your mind, Glizbug kind of continues, he goes, I'm always happy to send him your way. You work for the Lord, right?
I do not ever want to see this man again in my life unless I deem it otherwise.
Gobbo just kind of smiles and starts rubbing his nipples again, and then starts kind of like moving his gut left and right.
I should ask the Lord to destroy this part of town.
Gobbo kind of looks up at you and goes, you like it when I dance and I shake my gut left to right? This is
Donna
what
doesn't realize this, but
pre-performance...
his hand is moving towards his gun, and he doesn't know why.
His imaginary gun.
His dog is just gonna turn and walk away.
Yes, of course. Falco reaching for his sidearm, ready to police brutality this shit. I don't know. He's gone. I'm out of here.
As you run away, you leave as you see a spell fly off where you were standing for a moment. You see that it goes and hits across the street as out comes this like gnomish fella and goes, oh yes, I want you, and he goes charging into the... Hey.
Oh my god.
No! Stop! Poor guy!
As you see Gobbo kind of like turns and goes in, you see for a moment there's a crystal shard sticking out of his ass that you realize it has a magical rune on it that looks very powerful as he walks back in. Oh man. Alright, so safe to say as well, Daka is traumatized slightly for a moment, thinking about the actions.
I am going to quarantine that building from the rest of the town.
Look, we have another mission, boys. We must cleanse this town.
I think we need a scorched earth method.
You have the aim of the fire.
Glizbug kind of follows after
Alright,
you,
yeah.
Daka,
The
and
necklace?
goes...
Yeah.
And Glizbug kind of follows after you, Doc, and goes, so, do you want me to, like, hire him for party services, or, I mean, you did pay 20 gold, so I need to know where to send him.
I paid you for information. That's it.
Oh,
Go away.
you sure? You know, I'm more than hell willing to accept coverage with it. I mean, it's a lot of gold for,
I'm gonna wand of color spray his eyes.
Oh my.
what level's color spray?
First.
He counterspells it.
What?
As he pulls out a little stick.
Spray wand.
He pulls out a little stick and waves it and goes, oh, alright, message received, alright. And he turns and heads back and goes, I'll make sure to let Gobbo know you want to spray color all over him. And he kind of walks off. Daka, traumatized, heading back to your party. About 10 minutes pass as you meet up with them at the front gate as they wait for
Like,
you.
wide eyes and just like, you know.
Daka looks
see
slightly disturbed from the situation.
I'm gonna eat some muffins out of my Granny Apple's infinite basket of muffins.
shit. Are you okay, Doctor?
I like muffins, I
He's
really
not-
do.
He's going,
Daka, give me an intelligence check.
I really like muffins. 13.
You realize that what Gobbo had is what many call in the bakery an extra large muffin top.
I don't want to. I think I'm good with muffins for a little while. I'll eat one of my dragon rations then.
Oh man. Alright, as you all kind of gather together, Docky.
You can have my half-eaten muffin. I don't want it no more.
Oh, thank you. Is it a good muffin?
As you bite it, as you look at it, it's got chunks of apple. You can smell the cinnamon, the sugar coming out. These are really well made, and they have a slight magical infusion to them to like make you enjoy the taste.
Okay, I'll eat it.
Yeah, as you eat it, it's got a fantastic taste. It reminds you of home slightly. You, for some reason, it starts to reminisce about happier memories. So now every time
I'm
Daka
making me
does,
sad now.
now every time Daka does, I'm gonna have to roll to see if he remembers Gavo's muffin top seduction.
I don't want to leave the rest out. I don't know if they can really taste anything, but I'll give them some muffins.
All right, Daka starts handing out muffins to each of you.
I am totally gonna carry this. Wait until it gets stale and use it as a weapon.
They do. That is the nice thing. They don't get stale, from what you can tell.
Damn it!
They are
I'm gonna
magically
drop mine on
infused.
the ground.
Okay.
Whoa!
can't eat.
Whoa. You have a stomach, and you're.
Try.
Is his mouth open? His stomach mouth.
Not unless he chooses it to be.
Just put it in there. Just give it a shot.
Hey Bastion, can you say
Eat the
ah?
muffin.
We'll be real. I don't think y'all want the mouth to open.
I think you should try the muffin.
You hear from the distance the druid go, "I do." I cut out. You hear in the distance as the druid, the Cameron druid goes, shouts out, "I do."
He
You cut out
does?
again.
He's
I
back.
think he says I do.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Say, the pedophile wants to.
What?
I have left. I'm gone.
I
I hear the voice, and I'm just gone.
As Seiko's walking, he's gonna reach and take his mess kit. He's gonna put the muffin in the cup and close it. And be like, I'm gonna save that for later.
The one on the ground?
No, the one in my hand.
Oh, I'll grab the one that's on the ground.
Okay.
Has it been 5 seconds?
Sure.
Oh well, I meant from the muffin on the ground. To
5 seconds,
picking it up.
Oh, that. First off,
I was giving it's been 5 seconds
that
of it
doesn't-
being on the ground.
You know what? Well, it's been 3 seconds.
I'm gonna
Congratulations.
eat it.
Okay. Tastes great. A little more earthy than normal, but you know.
Hey, gotta get the earthy taste in there.
Yeah. So as you lot start heading, God damn it, so you start heading north. Give me a minute. I have to collect myself a little bit. All right. I fully rolled that character random too, as far as what the Gabo personality was gonna be. All right. Let me get my geography map pulled up. One moment.
We have a single day's travel to find this.
Yes, you do. As you start heading north, you start to notice heading along the mountainous pass through some forests, mountains to your east or to your west, large forests to your east, going kind of down the central of it with the hills following the roads. You start to notice signs of like trees having been chopped down in this area. What looks to be food crumbs every once in a while. The signs of something being shot at with arrows, as you see arrows lodged in some of the trees off to the sides of the roads. You start noticing a lot of foot traffic seems to have been off to the side where the dirt road isn't as already been flattened out and kind of laid and kind of tightened down from people walking it. You see a lot of people footprints throughout the walking or throughout the grass. As you lot kind of looking about, you don't see anything outright, but you guys can give me a perception check or investigation to see what you can notice.
Sorry, the wife just walked in.
No worries. Take your minute.
You said
Aha!
I rolled a 6 perception.
Goddamn. 21 for invest, okay.
It's investigation.
Investigation or perception.
Oh, okay.
now, if I do this by feet, I have advantage. Is that possible?
Smell
Do you-
like the-
Feet? F-E-E-T? Sniffing the...
Yeah.
I will
Yeah, I have
say,
advantage on tracking by feet.
if you choose to, yes, you can.
This is one of the things I've gotten, which is terrible.
Hey man, if it helps, it helps.
19 perception.
Okay.
It didn't help because I rolled 2 6s.
Nice. What's your modifier on it, bro?
17.
17.
All right.
Investigation.
Bastion, as you look about, mortal feet are mortal feet. You're not fully sure. They all look the same. Tictric, as you look at these footprints, they're not, well, you can definitely tell these people don't groom their feet. Is the first thing that you realize.
Yes.
They're uneven with how they
Smelly
walk. No, it's just they have weird like markings outside. It looks like they've got either like a lot of callus buildup or some like warts or something like that. But it looks like their feet have like weird imprints that like kind of fraction off to the sides of the footprint, as if it's like something clamped onto it or something of the sort. As you kind of look it over, though, these definitely look to be kind of looking over at Daka's feet and then looking back. Even though Daka's feet are covered, you get the general sense that these are probably orc tracks from Daka's tribe. They're all pretty similar in size. Daka, as you're looking about, you kind of start to notice that there's a lot of bushes that have been kind of pushed aside, trees that seem to have been kind of shoved over. You can see some what looks to be leftover areas where fires had been set up, like multiples. Surmising pretty clearly that whatever walked through here was a large group at one point. Enough to need at least 3 to 4 fires.
Gotcha. And I assume we actually left in the same direction that my tribe left.
From what if they headed, when they pointed, or according to what their note said, you assumed that they went north.
Yeah, because I was thinking like NTH. That sounds like north to me.
Mm-hmm. And Sieko, as you start to kind of look about, you notice that there are pieces of like hair that are very similar to Daka's beard in color and like shape. As you kind of look about, you surmise probably around 200 people came through this part. It looks like they camped out here maybe a day ago at most. And the fire pits are pretty fresh from the smell of them. You can definitely tell with the amount of arrows that were shot in a single area, counting around 35. Whoever their archer is either very inaccurate or they had a lot of inaccurate archers.
Look, they're just discovering bows, okay?
You know what they
Give them
say,
time.
if you shoot enough arrows, you're bound to hit something.
Listen, you say they discovered arrows, but one of them's got a gun.
Uh-huh.
No, a blunderbuss.
Oh, blunderbuss is a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they probably found it. They probably didn't make it.
Listen, I wouldn't be
Is there
surprised
any
if something
indication of what
wasn't in
direction
fire.
they went?
As you look about, with the combined rolls from Tictric, Daka, and Sieko, you all can pretty much tell pretty clearly they were heading north towards the ruins you can now see on the road, further down the road.
Onwards.
All right. As
Follow the tracks.
yes, Sieko.
The orcs, I don't want to kill them. They can do their thing. We're off to do something.
Well, they go the same direction.
As
I'm gonna ignore them.
okay.
Oh.
As you lot continue heading north along the road, you see a couple of merchants kind of pass by you. A group of what looks to be some mountain elves, being deep in these territories that are heading back south towards the city you came from, assumedly. They kind of pass by with a full thing of luggage on the very top, and in the middle of their wagon, you see it originally looks like it was designed to be a cart to carry people, like maybe nobles or very wealthy merchants. As you look in and see, it's very well upholstered from as it passes by. But you also notice that it's full of crates of like fruits, different meats, and a bunch of other like food products. The mountain elves kind of just wave as they pass by, not even paying any attention to you lot.
Hello.
They wave
Bye.
and they move on. As you head further up towards
Wait,
the...
hold on. I need to give them amulets.
Are you gonna stop them?
Yes, all right. Hold on, folks. I have gifts. It's customary. I have to do it. Here are necklaces. Thank you. Here you go.
The two mountain elves kind of look at the necklaces and go. One kind of pipes up and goes in common. How we don't buy nothing. No buy.
It's free. Free.
He kind of looks at the other elf and then looks back at you and kind of shrugs and kind of tosses it onto the top of the luggage pile that they have.
That's,
That works.
hey, I'm finding somebody.
That'll do.
Alright.
Somebody. It's like a Trojan horse. Something.
They continue heading south again. As you lot continue marching, though, you come across this very ruined-looking city. Buildings, mostly at this point, down to like the foundation, where you can just see a couple rocks settled here and there. Not much of the town looks to be left. There's a single building in the center of town that looks to be an old like spire with the complete front half of it up to what looks to be the third floor, realizing there's a fourth and then the roof. Okay, no worries. You can pretty much see into it until someone set up a living space inside of it. There's a bunch of bricks on the ground, and the tower seems to be kind of slightly flimsy and tilting with the wind. But as you kind of walk into the town, you can see pretty clearly it looks like the bottom floor is set up as just an open area. The second floor looks to be a living space. The third, some sort of food. And you can't tell the fourth and the fifth, as the fifth being the roof, and the fourth seems to be covered by bricks. As you look about, you can still see large herd of like footprints all throughout here, very similar to the ones you'd seen in the forest earlier. And as you look on, you see the teepees all pucked up around the tower.
Okay. Is there campfires?
Also, that's for everybody.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna give everybody but Daka because the cloak.
All right.
Is there like campfire smokes?
It's around the end of the wind down to the evening. You do start to see campfires and with smoke coming off of them. It seems pretty light though. Guessing whoever set these campfires up, there is definitely a white smoke, so they do look like they're trying to hide that they're here.
Okay. Do you want to go talk to
Trick's
people, or do
got
you want to all
it.
talk to the people? Are they like gonna be hostile towards us?
Well, are these my peoples?
As you look around,
District, why don't you scout ahead? You know
Okay.
that sneaky thing you do.
okay.
You
Alright.
sound like you're questioning your
District.
ability.
Take borrow my blue goggles. They make you see luckier.
Oh, okay.
What about making him more stealthy? Because he doesn't seem to think he is.
No, he's
No,
fine.
he's making me more lucky.
I prefer not to see him anyways.
Ow.
See, I close my eyes.
Okay. Did you hand me the goggles or no?
Yes.
I just said I did, didn't I?
Okay.
You're not
I
gonna
will
fit
say,
your eyes in the
Doc, roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
With your
You gave us the goggles. You have disadvantage now.
14.
You hear a really beautiful music coming from the wind. Like, it's really enticing. Something along the lines that it keeps calling you to help the poor and kill those who are rich.
Oh, District, I need my goggles back. I need to see this music being played.
wait, music?
I put on the deafen thing.
I complete the speedo.
The Speedo and how TikTok rushes the Speedo on.
I need my goggles back to see the music
Oh,
being
sorry,
played.
yeah,
District.
I'll give them
Thank
back.
you. Thank you very much.
Doc, as you looked out, that's the same swimwear as your father wears that TikTok's wearing, except for the stockings, of course. But the Speedo, yeah, that's common orc attire.
I'll blend right in.
You've got good taste, Dick. I didn't know that about you. The leggings are a little weird, but
Oh, okay.
maybe I've thought too harshly about you. You really understand orc culture.
I say thank you in orcish.
Doc, as you hear this, that's not the Orcish your people speak. Your people speak Primordial and Orcish as a combo.
Real racist.
It's like someone speaking Spain Spanish
I can
versus
speak
Mexican
Daka's language,
Spanish.
Then.
You can.
Hey, me and Tigtrick together can speak Daka's
Together, we combine our.
You have to
powers.
understand both though to be able to speak
Exactly,
the
we
sub
can-
language.
Yeah, I can speak both.
Yeah.
That's primordial. I know Orcish.
All right. As you shove on the spear, Daka, you start to hear more music. It's really lovely. And then you start to notice your cloak is starting to get brighter colored. It's starting to slowly illuminate itself. Give me a minute.
I'm gonna follow the music.
Oh no. Tigtrick, are you stealthing and heading into scout?
I'm going to stealth and go in the direction Daka's going.
Okay, roll stealth.
I'm gonna follow very obviously from a distance from Daka.
Yeah, I'm right next to Sieko.
I'm gonna be
There's-
obvious, but Tigtrick's less likely to be noticed.
Okay.
Well,
34.
we're also both 10 foot tall, so it's gonna be
Uh,
hard to miss us.
Okay.
So is he.
Go ahead and roll. I can. Fuck. I've never had a loud check before. Fuck it. Give me a performance check with advantage. Why not for both of you?
Me and Sieko?
Yeah. Just to see how loud you end up.
Nat 20
Nice.
Oh
Okay.
God.
for 26.
And Bastion.
Advantage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with advantage. Yeah.
13.
13. Okay. Bastion, you're not really that loud, and you're not sure if it's because of your race, as you're kind of trying to make yourself very presentable, like, known. But Sieko just sticks out like a sore thumb, as his steps even cause the ground to slightly shake underneath him. As
Stomping.
Tigtrick hides, while rolling very well, the only issue being that there's nothing to stealth in. It's not dark enough yet to be completely hidden, and nothing casts a shadow besides Daka's ass at this point.
But doesn't he have a color changing camouflage?
Tigtrick? No.
I was thinking, hey, just hide behind me. Just like cling to my back or something while I walk.
I
I'm pretty sure
can.
Tigtrick's race was made before the actual Thri-kreen from was made. I
That's
think
why-
they have.
Yes, it
Yeah, it
was.
was before.
Mhm.
But
color changing thing.
if that's
if
the
Tigtrick
case,
walks behind us, would he be shadowed enough?
No,
How do you
not at all.
does it?
He's too. Tigtrick's too big too.
what about if I would have do pass without a trace? I know that's magical and stuff, but would that?
As
allow
long
me
as they
to-
don't have true sight, you'd be basically
Yeah.
invisible with because that'd give you a 44. Not many people can see
would,
that
would,
well.
would that like let me be able to stealth?
Yeah, you would be magically stealthed.
I know, but yeah.
So
I'll do
yeah,
that.
okay. All right, yeah. As you cast Pass Without a Trace, now bumping your stealth check to a 44. I believe it's plus 10, correct?
Yeah, it's
Okay. So yeah, as you for a moment, you kind of not being able to really stealth very well, noticing there's not anything to take cover behind. You cast the spell and vanish, while both Bastion and Sieko are able to watch you do their true sight and able to track you. Tigtrick, you also still have your true sight, just as a heads up. Daka starts following the music and just kind of starts to groove, almost not naturally, as you see his body starting to move. Give me a charisma save, Daka.
I would like to
Yeah.
telepathically tell Sieko. Do you think we're gonna have to fight him again?
That's 17.
17. You know, your dance moves are getting better as you're getting into this, but the music's not as flavorful. You're starting to hear like missing notes every once in a while that start to kind of bug you as you're going about it.
I'll respond to
Yeah,
Bash.
Shieko, I've heard you play better music, to be honest, but you know it's still a groove.
I can't hear him at all.
Nope. What do you reply to Bastion, though, Sieko, in your head?
I mean, if he gets charmed, I can just throw him again.
As you see Daka's cloak starting to light up more. It's starting to illuminate slightly. Tigtrick, you're realizing the Pass Without a Trace was a good idea as the area is starting to get brighter. Daka finally makes it to the encampment, and the other orcs start to come out of their tents, kind of grooving and singing along some weird song. To the rest of you, it just sounds like a lot of guttural growls as Daka starts to join in. Bastion, you start to hear and you recognize this is a war chant that you've heard before. And for a moment, it kind of clicks. This is the same chant you remember Kilxias running from. But you don't know what he was running from. You just remember he started running as your vision kind of comes into your head for a moment.
The boys! Come on!
Where's the flute player?
Where's the drums, men?
One of the orcs comes out, starts beating drums really loudly, bringing in. Another brings out this big iron horn that you can tell, for those who are looking, for the rest of you other than Doc, that they've just taken the muzzle or musket off of or rifle off of the blunderbuss and started blowing into it to make noise. Doesn't carry very well, but it gets the yelling across as they get really into it.
It's the job done.
Doc, give me another charisma save.
12.
Oh no. Doc, you start shooting wild magic off left and right.
It's a 17 because I'm nearby.
That's
That's true.
Never mind. Doc, your cloak starts getting even more bright and illuminates. The other orcs start really getting into the music and really start the chanting getting louder. The rest of you don't hear anything.
I look around. Do I see the description of the
As you kind of
Excellent plan.
look about, give me a perception check. Or if you're, perception in this situation.
Alright.
Let's say not description. We saw a fully written out picture.
Yeah, no, I know.
19.
No, I'm saying for Grumpy because he said.
It's a description or visualization.
When you look about, you're kind of looking, your eyes kind of glimpsing about the crowd, really trying to see if they're, maybe the flute players intertwined in there. No. You look in the tower up to the third floor. No, there's nothing there. You do see a green head stick out of the bed on the second floor that you realize that's an orc has taken over the tower. And then as you look up all the way to the top of the tower, you see a white mask with a very bright pink, flowery hair kind of flowing in the wind as the sun has completely has completely settled and gone down. Their eyes seem to kind of slightly illuminate the mask as they have these big red eyes that, as you're looking at, it looks like are pretty massive for the mask itself. As they kind of stick out to the side, as you can see more red light on the side of the mask.
Alright. I will message both Sieko and Bastion as I will move towards the tower.
Okay. As you start to move towards the tower, Bastion and Sieko, what are you going to do?
I'm tempted
Yeah.
to cast fly and just go up.
See, do I have climbing speed? Oh, I do.
You can climb. I don't. So I was just gonna cast fly.
If Sieko tries to climb it, it'll be more like he's imprinting the tower
Okay,
into
I
the
was talking to
ground.
myself. I wasn't telling him to climb the tower.
No, if you want, I can rip down the tower.
Yeah.
It might make all the orcs angry, though.
No, so I'm gonna cast fly and fly
Ooga
up.
chaka, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga.
Daka, give me another charisma save.
I can't stop this feeling. 17 base. And with jazzy,
God
you know.
damn it. Alright,
Don't
Bastion.
forget to sing it in parts. You can't get copyright struck.
Oh, I'm really worried about Cook's singing voice, yeah, definitely.
What do you mean? It'll be so great. It'll be exactly the same.
Yo.
Also-
he's just got to roll a good
Naka and the
performance check.
clan really just vibing out right now.
I have to say, you actually have to have views on your episodes, or on your videos for people to, flag it. This channel gets some views. 90% of them are from the people in this chat.
Actually, DM, I have a way funnier idea than fly.
All right, what you got?
I have dimension door.
Oh my god, you gonna go say hi to him?
I'm just
Okay.
gonna appear behind him.
That's the personnel kid.
What are you doing, Bastion?
Can I do like the cute, cool anime phase out in with my flame shift and be right next to Sieko when he steps out of his door?
All right, Mr. Popo.
Well, mine's like yours. Mine's like a smoke teleport. It's not a door.
Yeah, that's fine. That works for me. All right. Moments go by, and as Tikdrik Tikdrik, are you gonna try? You do notice the clan, or this tribe of orcs, have completely surrounded the tower, and they are dancing around the tower in circles. So,
Do I know if I start flying, will I break my stealth?
with pass without a trace, you shouldn't. Without pass without a trace, you would break your stealth.
then yeah, I'll fly over them and then onto the tower. So
Okay.
Slowly climb.
As you start to fly up, Daka, you watch as suddenly the music cuts silently, and spears start getting thrown up at Tick left and right. Let's see, I've got 40 attacks to make.
Oh my
40.
god.
That's a few.
Tick, let's just save me a good amount of time. What's your AC?
27.
Alright, we're gonna see what we
I
got.
think. Hold on. Yeah, it's 27.
I'm gonna roll 4 of these to give you a shot. Let's see. I don't care who sees. Fucking highest rolls a 23. All right. You watch as spears just start getting chucked left and right all around you, flying through the air. Some with magic on them as fire goes spurting out beside you. Lightning gets shot out. One of them, you see a weird heart kind of goes flying off of it. You're not sure what that was, but that does start to worry you slightly. But they all miss as they go pelting into the ground a few feet away from the clan.
Guys, what's with all this violence? There's dancing to be done.
They start dancing again as they wait as Tick stops midair. As this happens, Sieko and Bastion, as the smoke clears, Sieko appearing and Bastion seems to phase in. The flute player suddenly stops the music, and all the orcs go dead silent, minus Daka, who is still singing. And
Is all musical playing? Like playing the exact same music?
Well,
as
let's
Dead?
do the cha-cha slide.
I'd like to grapple the strange flute person.
as you do, the creature kind of turning towards you, it starts to stand up fully, and you see it measures about roughly 12 feet tall, with very thin, almost bug-like legs, a very large, like thorax that kind of sticks out as its clothes kind of spread apart. All right, you're gonna grapple. That's athletics versus its strength save. Well, shit. Okay, that's a low
31.
roll. Well, that's a low roll for me. As you rush over to grapple it, it's going to use its legendary. It's one legendary. What is it called? Fucking. Let me find it.
Legendary.
Resistance is on for saving
legendaries.
throws.
No, it's it has a
action?
thing. Yeah, no, it has an option to succeed. There we go. I was looking
But
for
it's
the
a
thing.
resistance for saving throws.
Oh, it is. Oh shit.
It's not
Which
saving
sadly, grapples are not a save. That's just a check.
He's right. Fuck. Does it have anything? No, it does not. Shit. All right. Yeah.
Not initiative yet. I'll mentally tell Bastion, kick its ass.
As you rush to grab hold of it, all right. Well, it's going to activate its one item it has on it. Let's see what happens. Give me a moment. All right. Cool. As you start charging forward to it, there's an initiative as the creature seems to be fully grappled by you. Bastion, what are you gonna do as Sieko shouts out to attack it?
I would like to snatch the flute away.
Okay. As you go to grab it, it's not gonna resist as it it really can't. As I realized I can't roll high enough to beat either of you in a strength check. Fuck. And as you take the flute, it's this like simple wooden flute made of what looks to be like pieces of flesh kind of intertwined into it. As you look it up and down, you don't see any magical properties. In fact, the flute shouldn't be able to make noise as it doesn't have. It seems to have a blocker at the end of it. The whistling of the creature continues, and Daka's people start to chant a strange song. While this is happening, Tick, you kind of fly back, kind of catching up to their scope, see as Sieko has grappled this, and Bastion now holding this flute. You start looking down, you see a magic circle starting to develop at the base of the tower as the orcs are chanting and dancing.
Can I use the flute to stab it?
Sure! Make an attack. It's a... Okay, that's +1 flute, so it's got the same thing as a dagger, if you've got a dagger on you.
Well, I only have the hard one.
So it'll be, whatever your bonus is normally to, I think for you, let me check, because I don't
My
know.
unarmed strike is a +11.
That's a lot, buddy. A dagger is... In your case, you have a plus 11 to it. Yeah, so just do a 12, or a 20 plus a 12. A d20 plus 12.
Is that advantage since it's grappled?
Yeah.
Good, because the first roll is a nat 1. It would be a... You said plus 12?
Yes.
28. No, 29.
Yeah, you hit it, as it stabs right through, and you see the creature doesn't seem to react. You don't feel any resistance as you stab into it.
I will message Siego, get off the tower. There's a magic circle, and I'll say that out loud so Bastion hears it.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna jump off the tower with the creature grapple.
And I will get off the tower as well.
Alright. Bastion?
That work in the tower.
Yeah, I guess I'm also just gonna jump.
Alright, as you jump off, now the flute kind of jammed into this creature. You don't have to roll for the damage. The creature seems to take it immediately, and it doesn't see it. When you seem to pierce it, the creature doesn't seem phased. You don't feel you hit anything as it kind of stabs through. You see green goo come out once you pull it away, and as Sieko charges off the roof, Tictric jumping off and flying away, you plane shifting once more. Daka, you see as one of the shamans of your clan kind of pops his head out of the third floor of the tower as he crawls out of bed and stamps his staff down onto the thing, and suddenly, Sieko, as you come plummeting to the ground, the creature disappears from your hands as you slam into the ground a few feet away from the orcs as the magic circle dies down and they stop singing and chanting and start to kind of relax and settle down.
Does the shaman look any different with true sight?
Yes, you can see that the inner illusion that has clothes on it, that it's wearing clothes, is very easy to see through.
That's my guy.
Man just crawled out of bed, Had to put on a performance really quickly. And Sieko and Bastion, as you come to find yourselves now on the ground, Sieko pulling himself out of a slight indent to the ground from where he landed. The chanting kind of ends with the orcs kind of relaxing and starting to pull out food and cooking it.
That was quite a good exercise, wasn't it, guys?
Some of the orcs kind of nod and joke and laugh, and then bring you a chunk of meat as they hand it over to you. Notably, Daka, your father nor your cousin are here.
Well, you told me my father was killed.
Yes, correct. My apologies. Your cousin isn't here.
Where cousin went. I knew he was trying to avoid me.
Sieko, Bastion, Tictric, you
I
don't
get
hear.
the feeling that thing's not dead.
I'm looking for it. Where did it
I'm
go?
looking around as well.
As you all look around, there's nothing. Like I said, it's just the bare foundations of a couple of rocks to show an outline of where houses and buildings used to be. There's nothing around here besides the rolling hills on the streets and such.
Do I have any of the goo on me?
It's on the flute that you took from it. As you see a
I
low
don't know
blade
that
at the
this'll
end.
do anything, but fuck it, I'm gonna try it. Can I hunter's mark the matter? Does it
Yeah.
give me a sense of anything?
It does. You suddenly feel that the creature is standing right beside you all.
Still here.
And you start to hear the orcs suddenly start getting up. Daka, give me a charisma check. This time.
All right. Oh, charisma check. Okay.
Yes.
Natural 1 for a 4.
Jeez.
You get into the chanting heavily when the music starts kicking off again and really getting into it. I need to roll a D100 from the danger table. Well, first we'll let the base table go off here. So, Daka, give me 2 D100s real quick.
Alrighty then. Let us see what we got today. 1 and 93.
Oh, okay. A 93.
Dang, natural 1 to 1.
Oh, good. The spell's gonna go off normally. Okay. That's perfect. My favorite. And then for his 76. Oh. Well, that fucks me more than it fucks you. Shit. Roll. Okay, time for a D10. Give me a minute. Get one moment.
Bastion gonna try and punch where Hunter Mike is telling him where it is.
As
Counts
you...
as a psychic-based weapon, correct?
Huh?
As a psychic-based spell. Alright, I was just double checking.
What's up? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, a psychic's a charming spell counts as a psychic-based spell, I assume.
No, charm is its own thing.
So I am immune to all spells, except the psychic-based ones.
Yeah, then that means they have to have psychic-based damage or specifically state. So yeah, as you hear the music, that works out perfectly. You kind of resisting the urge to fall into the charm, joining in the dance. The thing still goes off with a wild magic surge. And as you say this, Bastion, suddenly a djinn appears right in between you two, like floating out of nothing. And you watch as it kind of gets pulled back for a moment as you sense the creature moves back about 5 feet as if jumping from being startled from suddenly. As the djinn starts to speak, Tigdrick, you hear it speaks Thrycreen.
That's weird.
And you hear the same sound come back as the creature suddenly says something, and the djinn just nods, and the creature reappears out of stealth, and it kind of looks at each of you, and kind of like as you start to look it over, it's got really big eyes and a thorax and weird limbs. It's a Thrycreen or some
What does
form
it
of it.
say?
As you hear it speak to the djinn, it goes, "I wish to be immortal," and the djinn just nods and accepts and says yes. It kind of takes its mask off and looks at all of you, and then it kind of says again in Thrycreen, "I wish to be unkillable." And the djinn just nods and says, "Next." And then for another moment goes by, and the creature goes, "I wish to never be able to feel pain." And the djinn just nods and then disappears. And the creature just kind of looks at you, and Tigdrick, you recognize as it starts to smile at you all.
All right, I have an excellent plan, everybody. He can't be killed. He's immortal, and he can't feel pain. That ain't gonna stop us from taking all of his limbs apart and leaving him as a carapace floating in the wind.
The creature looks at each of you and kind of like starts to shift into a bag of holding, and moments go by. You can react if you don't want to do anything. Feel free to interrupt me. And it pulls off its mask and puts on, and you see a Thrycreen face fully exposed now, and it puts on now a more humanoid-looking one, and it starts speaking common. And the creature looks at each of you and goes, It takes a second and kind of as if it's trying to remember how to speak in this language. It goes, "Why fight?"
You had a bounty up.
Yeah, I'll just hold up the bounty poster.
It looks at and says, it looks back to Tigdrick and goes, "Can't read."
Oh, it's a bounty that for your guild.
And it looks at Tigdrick again, and then looks back at the bounty poster, looks at Tigdrick and goes, "You
I'll take off
exist?"
the,
It seems to see through your past without a trace.
No, I'm saying I took off the deafness thing, so
Okay.
it's talking out loud.
And it goes, and you hear as the chanting in the background now has gone more to a subtle tone as the orcs start to dance about more. And the creature looks again at Tigdrick
Said
and
you
goes,
exist?
"Yeah."
What is that? What's your name?
It takes a minute and goes, "Name?"
Parker is fine. If you have a name.
"Serve Queen? You?"
You could talk at Thrycreen, man, so you don't have to talk like this.
It kind of looks at you and goes, "Thrycreen." As you see the lips on, the mouth on the mask kind of moves to trying to pronounce it.
You could take off the mask and just talk like, I would.
And looks back
Start
to,
talking Thrycreen to him.
Yeah, I am saying it's a Thrycreen.
it kind of continues to speak in common, ignoring you, and goes,
Okay.
and looks back at Sieko and Bastion and goes, "You stab. Why?"
You dangerous. People want dead.
And look,
We
thinks,
like power.
dead. Power! Power! And it nods its head up and down.
Power.
It gets that one. That's good.
Daka in the back is chanting, you know, really getting into the dance, not realizing. And it goes, I don't not wish how.
Friends.
Kind of looks about and looks over at Daka as it kind of leans to the side and then looks back at you and goes, Thrycreen, not, no, friend.
Why?
It kind of, you see it kind of scratches its head at that question and kind of not really understanding.
Can I?
I would like to telepathically, like, say to it, or ask it, is this any easier for you?
As you do, you hear thousands of voices in your head, Bastion, echoing back no. Millions of voices seem to just erupt from a dark space of this creature's head and say no all at the same time.
He's part of the hive.
Probably not a good idea there, Bastion.
I would like to cast tongues on the creature.
I believe tongues you have to touch it, right?
I do, yeah.
You did just grapple it and try to take it off the roof and kill it. So you're
I'm
really...
gonna hold out my hand to like palm facing upwards, and like go to touch it, like because the grapple I have my whole body, doing the one hand over.
It looks at your hand and kind of backs away a few inches, and looks and goes,
This
no,
help.
no help.
Yes, help. Give hand.
So, what do you guys feel about the Thrycreen?
The other orcs just kind of stop and look at you and go, what's a Thrycreen?
It's the people that look like a tricky dick guy.
I look about, foot smeller?
The foot smeller, yes.
Nice stockings.
You know, like I said, I told you, it reminded me of my own pa. At least the speedo part of it.
As Daka starts to have a pleasant
I'll ask
conversation.
The Thrycreen, which hive?
Takes a minute and goes, dark, deep underdark. Not understand. Other hives not recognized.
I see.
And it kind of switches to Thrycreen, and it continues on and goes, we eat other hives. What hive do you belong to?
None.
It backs away another step, and it goes back to common and goes, no, no, and it waves its hand in front of it and turns and starts running.
Well,
we chase him?
problem solved, I guess.
I tell him, don't come back.
Well, don't you have to kill him to prove that you... Or are you just okay with chasing him away?
I don't think we can kill him.
Well, sorry,
I
not
will-
kill him, but at least immobilize him.
You start to hear the music again, and the orcs all seem to stop and start to charge after the Thrycreen.
I guess I'll join them. I am leaving my guys
Fine.
behind.
No,
Done.
I got it.
I'll put the speedo back on and I'll run after the Thrycreen.
Yes, brothers and sisters, we shall chase the Thrycreen!
They don't even respond. As you look at them, Daka, their eyes have clouded over as they're following after the Thrycreen.
Can I catch up to him?
Easily.
What's
He
his speed?
only runs 30 feet a turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then I can catch him too. I run at like 150. Let's do this.
Yeah, freaking disarm him.
He-
Just take his legs.
That's not disarming, that's dislegging.
Take his arms and take his legs.
He continues to run as fast as he can as you lot seem to catch up easily, and he just kind of turns and starts shouting no louder. Orcs start jumping in your guys' ways. I need dex saves from Tiktrick and Sieko.
Can I do
Okay.
strength and just plow through them?
If you do, you run the chance of killing them. So that I'm only willing to allow it, but that just as a heads
Do
up.
I care?
27.
Yeah,
I don't think I do.
Okay,
Try
27.
not to kill
What's
other
up?
people.
What's up, Bastion?
and they're not really your people right now.
They are my fucking people. They're
Alright.
just fucking hypnotized.
All right, Sieko, what do you got?
28 strength.
Okay. As Tigrick starts jumping and dodging out, Bastion just kind of standing back at the town waiting, watching all this happen. The orcs start jumping in front of you, Tigrick. You manage to jump, dodge, and there's a third one I can never remember.
Leap.
Dive out of the way of all of the orcs incoming. You watch as Sieko seems to just take the pounding, and one of the orcs watches as it snaps its back suddenly. A neck gets snapped as the creature just bends awkwardly as Sieko just doesn't stop running. Sieko kills almost 3 orcs as he continues charging forward.
How fast are the orcs?
They seem to be keeping pace with you all, but they also
you
seem to be
think
keeping
so?
pace because of the fact that this Thrycrane's not running very fast. And the Thrycrane kind of seeing what happens, just kind of stops and goes, "No! Food!"
I want to rip off its limb. I want an arm.
Okay, as you're going to charge at it, it's going to activate its item as an emergency. And it teleports, unfortunately, to a random place that it did not want to go. But it disappears.
Oh, it's coming.
As you look
Is he
about...
at range to where my people are no longer affected?
As you look about, their eyes seem to clear, and they seem to look around confused. A couple shrinking and running over to the 3 dead orcs now on the ground.
Alright, let's use them, boys. Come on. Let's not go to waste.
Sieko, do give me a dex check for trying to grab the arm before as it teleports.
Hope I roll high because I'm not dexterous. 15.
Can I hunter's mark it before it teleports away?
Well, you
Yeah,
already had
still
it
have
hunter's
that
marked.
for-
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, I did.
Yes. So with the 15, you managed to grab hold of its hand, not getting the forearm like you wanted, and as it teleported, you ripped the fingers of its entire hand off. As you look on, this creature seemed to have created fingers, actual 5 digits, onto its hand to use. As you pull them off, it screeches as it disappears for a moment. Bastion, you sense it's deep underground currently below you. And then it disappears completely. And knowing Hunter's Mark that only dissipates when you deactivate or you kill it,
It died even while immortal. That's scary.
it seems to have vanished somehow deep underground.
Well, at least we got its fingers.
Yeah, so
Mission accomplished, I guess.
that was going to eat your people, Daka. It was corralling them to, eat them.
Oh
Slowly,
yes,
probably.
because I thought it was going to be good natured and keep my people alive or something. Thank you, Tigrick.
You're welcome.
But don't your people also eat your people, Daka?
Oh yeah, that's if they die.
You see as they're starting to carve up a few of the the 3 dead orcs while the mothers are still crying.
Listen, we don't like our people being dead. We just make sure they don't go to waste. It's a respect thing. I do not appreciate the killing of my people, Sieko.
Bastion, you hear in Primordial and Orcish mixed together, one of them go, "Who wants the ass cheek?" And you see some old lady waves her hand as she runs up, or some old orc lady runs up and grabs it.
I didn't kill
I'll
him.
just yell back, point at Tigrick and be like, "This one wants the foot."
Moments later, Tigrick, one of the orcs comes and offers you a foot.
Why?
It looks at you and looks up and looks at Daka and goes, mouthy one, foot. And he
I
just
go
kind
ahead.
of presents it to you.
Nod at him.
And I
That's
throw the
correct.
foot at Bastion.
Well, he was talking to Daka,
Uh,
so
As Daka and Sieko are kind of face to face with each other now. Sorry to interrupt you, Daka.
No, I said what I needed to be said. I just don't appreciate you killing my people.
I didn't kill anyone.
Daka,
I don't think I agree with that there. I think they died because you ran through them.
natural selection, really.
I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate for them, but like, oh well.
My murder is their casualty. They ran into me.
Daka staying silent. As
Well, that fight was a dud. Do we want to try to fight something else?
We can go to the Hammer Man.
I got the hammer guy. Yeah.
the orcs kind of looking about, kind of continue working on things. One of the older orcs comes over to you, Daka, and kind of like pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Daka, son of Clan Dakaron, it is your time to serve the great clan and take over where your father couldn't. You shall lead us and live here with us. The shaman states so."
Hey, Sieko, can I have that hand?
I'll hand him the hand. Yeah. I don't need it.
I thought it was just the fingers.
I have a quest bestowed upon me, you know so, to find weapons of power. I have procured some already. This stays in line with the nomadic rules. I will be traveling around. Will you follow me to find the rest of these and fulfill my quest?
The orc looks at you and looks at the dead people that Sieko just created and shakes his head no. And he kind of pats you on the shoulder and goes, "Then I must go with what your father asked. Daka of Son Dakaron, or Clan Dakaron, you are no longer welcomed in this clan until you complete your quest. Bring us weapons to prove your capabilities. Do not return until then." And he kind of looks about. "Your cousin shall lead!" And the other orc starts shouting with it. And they head back into the town towards the tower.
So shall it be done. You know, I used to have no gripes with Sieko. That's changed.
Yeah, fuck you too, buddy.
What do you mean? This is your fault!
They jumped at me.
Damn!
We have
No,
come
no,
to the day where where Bastion and Sieko were probably the closest to.
Dude, what a change! I have moved up in this world.
No, you're still at the bottom.
What the?
The banana was the greatest insult he's ever had.
It's not my fault they started leaping at me. I'm 65,000 pounds. It was bound to happen.
Well, while you decide,
Tried to dodge.
Yeah. What do you want? Do you want
My
me to add
deck-
as like a deep dark Thrycrane hand to my inventory?
I'll tell you in a moment. Let me grab something real quick. I will be back in a moment.
Okay.
No, I wasn't gonna dodge. My deck save is less than half my strength saves. There was no way. I'm not gonna bother.
Same.
Listen, you purposely chose to do it knowing full well you could have killed someone.
Yeah, I chose a plus 14 over a plus 6. That's correct.
I would have done the same, but again, chaotic
Well, I
evil.
know you don't care about the lives of people, that's why.
Yep, pretty much. Not on Mondays, at
Gabo.
least.
I gotta find Gabo and get those gauntlets.
Well, they're going to go to your cousin, probably.
Okay.
No, why would they go to my cousin?
If you give them, you know, a weapon, it's probably going to go to the chief, which will be your cousin.
Oh, because Gorby's talking about because they said to bring the weapons to them for the clan. Yeah.
Well, they ain't getting any of these weapons, that's for sure.
Well, then you're not going to complete your quest, or what
Well,
they said
I
for you
said
to
the
do.
quest was for me to gather items, not to give it to the fucking clan.
Alright. As you lot turn about, Ticktrick, yes, feel free to add a true Thrycrane 5 fingers to your inventory.
He didn't get the whole hand. Just
No, the fingers came off.
Oh.
4 of its the 5 fingers specifically, as the thumb survived. Now it's got to go find someone to regenerate those. But yeah, as you lot start to kind of take a minute and start to look about. The orcs kind of head back towards the tower and start settling up. The shaman finally getting to the bottom floor, seeing all the orcs returning, kind of huffs and heads back up the tower towards his bed. The rest seem to kind of start setting up camp again and start to kind of set up their tents in the different spots where the houses are, the foundations of the houses are. And they start to kind of relax for the evening and many of them seem to go in for the night. Are you lot going to spend the night here, or are you guys going to head straight to the south, which will be a 3-day journey in total? Or, sorry, 5-day journey, because I think I said 4 days to the southern...
I'm pretty sure we have a flying ship, don't we?
No.
No.
You have a flying rock.
Yeah, I thought Sieko had a ship.
No, I have a ship.
It's a normal ship.
Sailing ship.
Oh.
I have a battleship.
Well, I'll meet you guys there.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
See how it is.
And I put a hand on Sieko and Ticktrick and would like to plane shift to the
But we
closest
don't
city.
have Red Lyric this time, so it's gonna be very controlled.
We're saying
Yeah.
no Rick and Morty adventure.
All right. Where are you plane shifting to?
Well, I'm gonna do the quick jump to get us to the closest city.
Yeah, I get that. But what plane is going to be your middleman? You've seen many at this point. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I'd probably, since I'm going quick, just go to what I would think of first. We'd be going to Abaddon.
For a moment, you all appear and you see this massive gestating creature of like flesh and bones, horrid like teeth, and like what looks to be some sort of like sucking in mechanism that it spews out as it's talking. That creates a smaller mouth with drool going everywhere. Creatures similar to all about the room casting strange magic. You see as they create their own will, and then just as soon as you see this horrid sight, you appear in the southern at the southern gate of Raktra.
It's like the Willy Wonka ride.
Yeah. A normal character would be feeling horror and fear.
Oh no, this is walk in the park for the Monday party.
This is
Well,
normal.
maybe not for you. Me and Sieko probably. Cool.
It was a bit shocking, but
And as you all start heading south, the DM needs a moment to grab everything as he has something he has to find. So you have a moment. Talk amongst yourself. Oh, Doc, are you just going to fly down on your shield?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna hold up at whatever town until Daka got there, so we're
Okay.
all still.
Yeah, so you will be back in your Sieko's town for for Daka's speed, he can get there in about half a day.
I'm going to be
No.
puzzling.
Although, Bastion, if you want, if we get a cart, I can just pull it through the night and we can start walking and meet him actually there. It's an option.
Do you want a cart?
Because I don't need to sleep, so I can just keep walking through the night as long as I can pull you two with me.
I'm cool with that. Bring back the Sieko cart.
Can return to the Sieko cart.
The last one was destroyed by his mommy.
Welcome to the Jurassic Express.
Oh, what's the name? What's the show where it was Tyrannosaurus Rex train or whatever?
What?
Dino Train?
Dino Train. That just reminded me of that.
Okay, I was just gonna say like I'm just the Polar Express of
No,
like
what's that little kid show about the Dino Train?
Did I say Dino Train?
I mean, you said dinosaur train. I think you said
Yeah.
like soar like very lightly. Look at the dinosaur train. Dino train? Oh yeah, that's the one.
I thought it was named like after a certain dinosaur for a second, but I guess it might have been Dino Train.
You know what? Actually, I was wrong, Grumpy. It's called Dinosaur Train. What's that
Oh,
TV
go back.
show about the dinosaur train? It's Dinosaur Train.
Good show.
And it's
So what the
still on.
Is it really?
2009 to 2023, unless it's
Wow.
finished this year.
Apologies.
Man.
I had to step away for a
Pretty
minute
good.
to answer my phone.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, nice. Yeah. Sorry, one of my job options was calling me, so I had to answer.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all right. I had a
You
random
missed some-
internet
You missed
hookup.
something pretty great about Grumpy.
Yeah. it was
Yeah?
funny.
So Robert,
Hmm?
Yeah, go talk about the Dino Train.
yeah, so Grumpy was like, "Hey, what's that show about the dinosaur train?" And the show's called Dinosaur Train.
There's this. What the fuck? Am I old? What the fuck's Dinosaur
It
Train?
was
Yeah,
a kid
It
show.
was a 2009 kid show.
It's a kid show for Gen Z.
From 2009? Oh man.
It went from 09 to actually this year. But,
Bro.
you know,
It's still going apparently.
I was
Or
a
maybe it
freshman in high school.
So
we know you're
yeah,
old.
in town, I wish to get a cart, like a wagon. So I'm just gonna walk through the night while those two can chill in the wagon.
Oh yeah. Well, there's still the slaver one that's sitting outside the town that no one's claimed.
Oh, hey, let's take that.
I will say, you as you come out there, you will see that E2 has kind of like taken all the plants out, but been slowly watering them and sending them to temporary homes till they can be found where they belong to. So the thing's cleaned out. It's a well designed cart, and it is magically defensive. It won't it won't break from spells or anything like that.
Nice. I'll start working on puzzles again on this journey.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm
Alright.
still on the first one. Well, second.
As you spend your time getting kind of set up and getting the cart kind of relatched up for someone of Sieko's size, because Sieko is still thinner than most working horses as far as
We're
it goes.
making another journey.
Yeah,
We're
you're gonna
going down
yeah,
directly
you're,
there.
yeah, you're gonna you teleport to Raktra. You're gonna take a few days journey down south, as you've never
Jeez.
been there.
Falco's fly speed should outfly our walk speed. He should be able to meet us there roughly around the time we get there.
Well, by the time you get the wagon up and running and get like everything set up, you do hear Daka like whistling in as he's flying into town.
Is he whistling like the same music that lured him?
Daka, what's your favorite tune to whistle while alone flying on the sky?
Dixie.
Really? Really? Okay. Alright, motherfucker. I don't have a Baylor figurine, but I do have an old High King figurine, so that's one. That's one. You get two more.
I wasn't even thinking.
Giving me shit, motherfucker. Alright, let's two more. Alright, you gotta eat two more tonight. That was good, actually, but fuck you. Alright. So, I'm gonna ask again, do you have an answer for this? What would you be whistling, there, Daka, while flying through the sky? Yeah? Yeah? What other pun you got?
I don't have an answer.
If you got another joke, I can move the piece one more forward.
No, I'm still laughing from the last one. Because I was just very unprepared. Just random whistling. Like...
Alright. Let it be known that Dixie is now going to be a
On
character.
a feeling.
And Dixie is now going to be a character hunting Daka for the rest of the campaign. It's going to be a random gift that's going to show up halfway through from here to the end, and he's going to try and do battle with you a lot, and he's going to be designed specifically to hunt your party.
I was like, I almost don't want to ask what level is Dixie.
I'm going to say level 20 by the time he runs into you, but I might change my mind depending on how long the story takes. We'll see.
Okay.
Be afraid. Alright, anyways, so as Daka starts whistling Smartass McGee in the background, a new song that he fully has created, you all see as Daka just kind of goes flying past you lot, heading south.
Yeah, good for him.
Okay. As you lot kind of finish up getting the mount set up, Tick running down back into the shelter to grab his puzzles.
Oh, they never left me.
Oh, okay. You've been carrying them on you this entire. Okay, good to
Yes.
hear. All right. Well, let me see. Let's see if they've. Well, did you keep them in your bag of holding or just in your backpack?
Where would I put them? Okay, my backpack.
Okay.
Easier access.
Pick a number between 1 and 20.
I'll roll it, because I don't want to pick a number. 16.
All of them have unsolved themselves to even a
that's
worse
okay.
point.
Don't worry. They weren't solved to begin with.
None of them were solved.
I was
but-
still at ground zero for all of them except for the first one.
It's you watch as that one's stickers has fallen off.
Well, didn't one get solved by somebody else?
And
No,
then he
the first
unsolved-
one is a single thing that's already solved.
No,
I know the colors like fade off.
Picture did have one solved by someone else, and he unsolved it out of spite.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
2 of them. He solved the top 2, and I unsolved them out of yes. I didn't want it to be solved.
As a lot of you start kind of setting up, Tictor kind of finding it, like taking over the little desk where the person used to work while inside. Bastion taking over, I assume, the reins while kind of sitting up front to watch everything while Sieko runs, or are you going to be in the back of the
Yeah.
wagon? Okay.
Yeah, just hanging out watching.
Okay, as you guys start charging, you make good time keeping up with Daka's speed with his shield, splitting the difference down to only a day and a half. Left more of trouble as you lot charging forward. Daka kind of enjoying his dragon meat as the muffins still disturb him as the imagery continues. And actually, I think I've figured out a better way to mess with you with Dixie for later. But as
Whistle, hell yeah! Wow, whistling Dixie.
got a terrible idea. But as you lot kind of continue heading on your way, you come to the southern edge of this portion of the continent. You see the very opened up beach that seemed to kind of slightly pushed in, making a perfect vacation spot if you understood what a vacation was. It looks to have been set up where there's a little log cabin that was really run down off to one side of it, a bunch of forest around you, and a couple of rivers that seem to flow into it and kind of feed off into the ocean. But in the middle of a large clearing where you can see a bunch of like battle debris, damage lying around, what looks to be like trees and rocks kind of cracked open and thrown about, little imprints into the dirt that are just burnt black. You see a large dead purple dragon having strange spikes all about it, and you can hear the sounds of clanging coming from inside of it as this creature is just kind of laying there. Mouth wide open, decayed, but the flesh seems to naturally sit on top of it like a tent.
How far did I get in solving my puzzle?
Give me an intelligence check. Let's see.
Ah. Yo, boys, it's the highest roll so far. 11.
You've managed to solve the second one.
Let's
Finally.
go. I'm figuring it out, guys.
With a DC 10 for a 2x2, you figure out how to solve it. It is more of a rectangle than anything.
Yes.
As you all look on it, as Tictor kind of comes out showing it a bit to you, Daka kind of landing off his shield, Sieko kind of unfastening himself, and Bastion climbing off the wagon. Tictor comes out with this like little 2 square thing that's connected that you just have to twist one left or right, and it solves itself as he shows you his capabilities to solve it.
I did it. Now it's time to work on the third puzzle later.
4x4.
It's a 4x4. No, it would be a 3x3 next.
No, because that's not. You can't make a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. What? Technically. Can you?
Yes, you
I'll have to
can.
look that up later.
They exist, Royce.
Isn't that the basic one? A 3
Yeah,
by
a
Is it?
3x3 is a basic.
It is! My apologies. Listen, I've only ever had a big Rubik's Cube, alright? I thought they were all 5x5s, so.
No.
What?
That's not what you. Listen, my parents gave it to me when I was young. Never solved the
Yeah,
fucking thing, but you know.
The 3x3 is the average Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, I've got 2 sides of the fucking thing solved, but somewhere in the house. I'm not gonna say I solved it, but there's 2 sides that are solved. Yeah, so as you come, you see this come out of the wagon. You all see this large, spiked up dragon. The smell of death doesn't really hit the air much. You smell the scent of like smoke and like a fire, like a heavy fire. And can feel heat and kind of see flashes of fire coming from the dragon's mouth that's slightly opened. Again, the flesh draping over the entire creature, not really being able to hide it.
When I see Tictrix,
Oh,
2x2.
he said, when I see Tictrix, but I think Bastion cut.
That's it. I think it just ended with that.
No.
Oh, did I? Hello.
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
we're here.
Hey, he's alive.
After I look at Tictrix's puzzle and then I look at him and go, This is usually when they tell you it's a good thing you're pretty, but you're not that either.
Wow.
Actually, by Thrycrane standards, Tictric is extremely attractive.
I'll have you know, I would be the top choice for if there was things like that in Thrycrane hives.
I mean, you'd be used for mating mating
I would
purposes,
be, you
until and then eaten.
Yeah.
and,
Up and up,
then your head would
okay.
get bitten off. I mean, do you really want that?
I don't know if they do that. Do they do that?
Yeah, no, 100%. They do
Only
eat.
normal-
They do eat the male after inseminating enough eggs. Yeah, because the idea is the male Thrycrane would be used
Hey, you know
until.
what? Yeah, pretty boy. Let's bring you back to your hive.
You'd be used until you couldn't anymore, in a sense. So basically, they'd wring it out like a old toothpaste,
towel.
and then she'd eat you for nutrients.
Yeah,
Tictric
keep
is
going.
realizing so many things right now.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
You
wait
know
a
what?
minute.
I'm glad I'm not pretty in your eyes.
yeah,
Bastion.
Because also, I should note, Tictric doesn't understand mating of all the species, so
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming
assumedly,
it's working, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell him
this
I'm
is the
glad
same
I'm not
thing.
pretty, Bastion. Do you?
But oh god, now I'm getting in. Especially when Bastion's looking at him like that, like, wait a minute, don't eat me.
The 1,000-bug stare.
That was a quick stare. Anyway.
Oh man, this is the only reason Monday's worthwhile for me. The stupidity that comes with. As you see this dragon, though, the creature is big enough for you all to clearly walk through it. You'd guess it probably to be an ancient on the edge of becoming a great worm. However, it's been dead a while. You don't smell any organs. You don't see any blood around it anymore. Most of the battle marks show like trees that have been fallen near it, rocks that have been destroyed. You do notice its back tail has been completely lopped off and looks like it's being slowly chunked. And you do notice that the inside of the meat doesn't look like proper dragon meat. It actually looks more gemstone-like. Yeah.
But it looks like it's been eaten off, you said?
No, it looks like it's been chopped off and someone's chopping it to pieces.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder what the smith has made.
do
out
we
of
want to
this
scout,
one.
or do you want me to yell at it until it comes out?
I mean, I can scout if you guys want me to.
If you want to, go ahead.
Alright.
Okay.
Give me a
Stealth
stealth check.
Well, is it dark out?
No, it is midday.
Stealth anyway.
Alright.
16.
Okay, with 36, you start to scout out the area. You notice the dragon as you kind of go up to the front of it. You can see that the mouth goes in deeper. It looks like a hallway of it has been sort of carved out of its organs. Being able to see it, there are almost 3 different hallways that go down it. You kind of circle around to the back of it, kind of climbing underneath the wings, just to see. You notice that the skin has definitely become more like a leather like material at this point. It has very much kind of stuck to the skin, and you can very much hear the hammering and the active forge inside the dragon. Give me a perception check to see if you can tell exactly where it is.
I gotcha. 16.
You'd guess the sound's coming from the center of the creature, most likely.
Okay.
And as you come around the back end of it, you do see that the exit.
The asshole?
Yeah, the asshole has been expanded out and enlarged and almost cut to a perfect door shape for a creature. You'd guess to be maybe like 12 to 13 feet.
Is it closed?
No, both entrances are fully open.
What's can I see inside?
You can. It's about 5 feet in. It takes a sharp turn, and due to the glows from the forge that you can kind of see some spark coming off of, you do notice the amount of asshole jokes. I was waiting for someone to post one. Yeah, you can kind of slightly see through the back end that it is closer to where the forge is.
Okay.
Is there a poison dagger out of the ass?
With that perception check, you didn't see anything that was poisonous. You do feel, Tictric, slight rumblings in the ground, currently.
Oh no, it's gonna shit.
It's dead. It's
Rigor mortis.
it's
Anyway, I'll go.
Doesn't last
party.
that long, does it?
Hey, it's a dragon. You never know.
I mean, it's fair.
It's true.
And I'll tell the party what I have scouted.
All right. As you return to the party.
All right, you guys want to go in the rear or front?
Grumpy, that's fucked up.
It's true.
But the rear.
It's actually the first question I ask most people that come over to my house.
All right, well, Bastion, you got the spear, okay? So you should probably go first.
The new name for Bastion, the Penetrator.
You know what? I walk up there. I pull out the fucking ice spear. I got this. I'm going in.
No, it's not the right shape, so.
No, it's perfect.
Do we need to get some cornstarch and water?
I'm just
What?
not gonna.
Don't worry about it.
So are you going through the front or the back?
The back.
Okay. As
I
you.
lagged, and when I got back, he read out the
Yeah, but there's
ingredients.
two in the
for
front, two in
oobleck.
the back. We're gonna double penetrate this
Just,
fucker.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are you going to split the party?
No.
How
Yeah,
is
we're
this very
splitting
big enough
up.
that
Look,
you said
I'm
3
just-
chambers? So yeah, that's probably not a
Split
good
it.
idea.
Are we sure we want to go through the back end?
You're having doubts?
Yes.
Daka kind of looks at it, looks at it from a distance, kind
It's
of like.
only painful for the start.
Listen, it reminds me of.
Look, what's the safe word, everybody,
it-
for us to
you
get
know,
out of here?
strangely enough, this was reminding me of a goblin that I knew a little bit of just a
I-
second a day ago.
I pull out my romance novel that I have. You know, they always say the back door is the correct door as I start walking in.
As
Wait,
you.
hold on. What's the safe word for us to retreat? Pineapple?
Yeah, let's go with pineapple. That
Alright.
works. It's not a word.
That means something completely different.
As you walk through, you start to notice the walls of the intestines have been thinned out to the point where you can feel the heat from the forge coming through. As you do, you start to hear a creature kind of growling slightly coming from the opposite side. With your tremor sense, do you want to give me a perception
Yeah, but,
check?
It's like the fumes weren't coming out of the asshole, right? Like we're not like walking over to the vent to this fucking
11.
right?
I mean,
I
smoke
can't
comes
smell
out
it.
both ends, from what you were able to tell.
God.
Hey, stop, drop, and roll if we need to.
Daka, you said that. Just
Yeah,
reminds
I got
of
you,
old
Sicko.
It does. But now I have a
Um,
new smell that this reminds me of.
Damn it. Sicko, as you walk through, it's been cleaned out in here, but you hear the clanging of metal and the sounds of some sort of creature like growling, and it kind of sounds wet. Shut up before anybody makes a joke. Hush. And you can hear the hammering and then screeching coming from the forge. That sounds like it, or the creature in the center, the belly of it. Again, hammer and screech. The drooling continues. The growling continues. I am never doing a carcass again with you lot.
At least a giant one.
You know, we never found the other end of the Dead God dungeon.
You know, I don't want to do a carcass dungeon anymore.
The old High King has moved one more step forward. You got one more tonight, boys.
Is that one more like left before disaster, or one more safe one?
I bet you better fucking think about it and hope I'm in a good mood tonight.
I am just here because I want to fight this thing.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I'm gonna find a
Alright.
chance pass. Where it at?
Alright, roll initiative, boys. I'm just gonna save me the trouble here.
Okay.
I can't anymore.
Well, I'm
13.
last.
13 from Bastion?
19.
Yep, alright.
13.
Wow. Shocker. As you kind of start to walk in, Tickdrick, you're the first up. This is a narrow hallway, about 5 foot by 5 foot. It's going to be one person at a time going down this. With Sieko's perception, though, and taking another moment, he starts to figure out the size of the carcass. And given what you already know about dragon anatomy amongst the party, roughly this is what you gather from the look of it.
Cool map.
Yeah. And you wouldn't believe I found it on Pinterest about 10 minutes before session.
Okay.
As you as you're walking in, Tiktrick, you are the first up.
How far in did we make it before?
Right at the entrance to the hole.
Right at the entrance?
Sieko is the first one at the front, technically, so you're gonna have to slide between his legs to get through.
We're gonna see what happens. I'm going to bonus action. Use my tattoo to turn incorporeal.
Okay. As you do so, you turn incorporeal. You feel yourself kind of able to, or no wind hitting you suddenly. The heat doesn't phase you at all now. What would you like to do?
And I'll try and go through that thin wall, like right in front of us, to the other side.
As you do, you all watch as Tiktrick kind of slightly becomes not invisible, but generally becomes more like faded, as if almost like you're seeing him through a very thick humidity. And as you walk through Tiktrick, the wall, all you watch as the entire body shakes slightly as Tiktrick walks through, and the hammering stops.
Oh, I think it knows that we're here now. What do I see on this side of the wall?
As you look about, you see a pile of treasure just kind of laying about. Just kind of laying there on the ground off to the side. A couple smith bars, but nothing else that catches your attention.
Okay.
You can spend your entire turn looking at all the treasure to see if you figure out what's there.
No. I'll go forward, and I'll peek in the middle room.
As you do, you see the creature seems to suddenly lock eyes with you, and you see the giant smith. His hammer's aglow, as well as what looks to be... And let me just grab this image real quick. This as a forge that he's working at, which we'll post momentarily.
Oh my God,
okay,
that
then.
thing? I think I've seen that before.
And it's as you finally notice what was drooling and growling.
Oh, those things.
I remember that thing.
I
Granted,
remember
it
that
was
too.
plenty. I never got to fight it though.
The
I know their
creatures are, but this thing seems to be growling in your general direction as you kind of peek through.
Okay, how much movement have I used doing this?
10 feet roughly.
10 feet. And there's just one?
Oh.
One there, one guy. Okay.
You see the bounty, that creature, and the Hellfire forge.
How far away is this the little guy?
They're all in the center of the room, so they're pretty much close to, almost immediately close to each other. From you, it'd be another about 10, let's say 15 feet from where you're at.
Let's get up and let's go stab him. Why not?
All right, are you gonna stab the?
I'll stab the dog.
Oh.
with my-
Wow, dude, you go for the dog first. That's fucked up. All right.
Staying out of the range of the Smith guy, and yeah.
Okay.
All right, take this. 23 did.
23 does not hit.
So yikes. All right.
The creature darges away from your attack. I assume you come out of your ethereal form.
I can stay in it.
Okay. All right.
It's just gives me buffs and stuff. It's still. Oh, that's a natural 20. So let's see if that.
Roll to confirm.
works. Nope.
Oh man, you would really be upset if you killed the guy's dog first. 31 hits the AC by a long shot, so go ahead and either double the dice or double the damage.
Double the damage. No sting attack though, because I don't qualify for it, sadly. So that'll be 16 piercing damage, and then I'm going to activate Steel Wind Strike. Which this will also be double.
Okay, and that's from your magical weapon, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, you stab into the creature. Let's see.
And the Smith guy will also take this damage. Yo, the dice is spinning crazy. Look at it. All right. 30 force damage. Well, sorry, 60 force damage to both.
60. Okay. You watch as the engine seems to roar aloud as pieces of metal go flying out of it.
Okay. And then I will back up and go through the wall into the right side, that right side chamber.
Okay. All right. As you do so, you do notice there are 3 iron golems up towards the entrance of the dragon that you can clearly see now. They're just standing there, not moving. All
I
right.
will, as free action, like announce the numbers, like where they are. And stuff.
Out loud?
That's okay.
Or send it. Okay. Yeah, as you shout out loud, you all hear a muffled yell coming from Tictrix, or where Tictric disappeared from. That starts to kind of change its sound to like a guttural, like gas passing through the creature's intestines.
Yeah. You turned my voice into a fart.
Eloquently, yes. All right. The creature. He is going to go. Well, the forge is going to go, and it's going to choose at random. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 players. All right, D4. A 1. Sieko. Fuck. Fuck.
Yes, hit me.
I need a con save. Oh, fuck! Right above, fuck you. You feel a like air kind of sucking you towards back into it, making the same sound you had heard earlier when Tictric had been trying to shout. Another gaseous sound as you feel the air kind of pulling you in, but nothing seems to happen.
Wait.
And now I need to roll a d6 to see if it kills itself.
Okay.
Nope, thank God. Okay. This ends its turn. Alright, Bastion, you are up.
Alright. Do I have room to get through the hallway?
Well, you've got a Sieko standing in the asshole. So you're gonna have to either go between his legs or find a way around him.
I don't think I can how large I am.
If
Could
you
I?
if you get down on all fours and put yourself in prone and crawl, yeah, you can spend the entirety of your movement to do it.
Yeah, I don't like that idea. I guess I'm just gonna, like, wait for Sieko to get his axe out of the way.
Alright.
So I have to-
Thank you, Grumpy.
I will kind of, like, stand to the side in case Daka would like to, but I ain't doing that.
Alright, as you kind of like push yourself off against the wall of the asshole, the entrance, slightly, kind of leaning against it and getting out of Daka's way. Good news, because Daka's up next.
Great. So
You got a Sieko standing in the wall.
Sieko is standing in a wall.
Like, he's standing in the way as a wall. He's standing in the doorway to get in.
He is the gateway of the forbidden door currently.
Sieko is doing what every gatekeeper does at the bar.
So I can't get through that because I assume I'm a bit too big to go through his legs.
You can knock yourself, or put yourself prone and use your entire movement to crawl.
Yeah, but then Sieko, because I assume Sieko is going to be going before my next turn,
I'm
right?
going to highly aggressively charge on my turn.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to hold.
Okay. All right. Noting that when you hold, it will bump your initiative down below the wherever you decide to take your turn. So keep that in mind. If you decide not to make an action, which you do need to stay, which both of you said right after Sieko, so you'll be moved
Yeah,
after
I
that.
plan to go after Sieko.
Yeah.
New. Oh, what are these? Let's see. All right. So, as the steel, or as the creature that the dog that Tictric tried to stab is up, it's going to use its thing, and it is going to go ethereal as well and chase after you.
Hey, what's that
It's
mean?
going to rush through, and it is going to bite you in the ass.
No.
For a nat 1.
Oh no.
For
Oh,
2
shit.
nat 1s. As it
Oh
goes to
my
bite
God.
from you, you watch as the creature goes to bite. Tiktrick, would you like a kill on it, or would you like it to let this play out?
Sure, I'll get the kill on it.
All right. How would you like to get your to kill it?
I turn, look at the iron golems, say what I said, turn, look at the wall, ready to go in for my, next turn. See it jump at me, crouch down, and let my knife cut it in half.
Yeah, as you watch as the creature comes through, you watch its eyes seem to open up, it drool coming from its mouth. You know it's going for a kill shot to bite down on you. And as you jump back, falling slightly almost down onto your back, stabbing up, the creature splits in half over you, blood squirting all around you, leaving a nice little imprint. Or it would if you weren't in the ethereal plane. As the creature, as it splits, comes out of the plane and blood splatters against the wall, completely killing the creature. Motherfucker. Fucking rolls tonight. Alright, well, Sieko, with that,
Yeah.
you're up, buddy.
I charge.
Alright, you're gonna try and push through the wall. Make an unarmed strike, I guess, against the wall to see if it can manage to hold you. Is it's,
21.
In true Sieko fashion, you watch as the rest of you watch as he tears a new asshole into the creature, going straight through the wall, right into the center where the very large looking mutated smith, kind of looking about, stands there. Kind of confused, and looks at you as you see the forge is also breathing out, or shooting out these flames, roaring at you. Yeah?
You. Fight me.
It just kind of looks at you and nods.
Yeah, and I'll go for a swing.
Alright, let's see what you got.
26.
Are you using a magical weapon? Or are you just using your
No,
hands?
This is my fist. Yeah.
Oh, okay. As you slam into the creature, a 26 hits.
Okay, it's a flat 10 bludgeoning. And then it's a dex save for the right fist.
Alright, so it takes no damage because it's immune to bludgeoning. And what was the second part? Sorry?
It's a dex save for the fist of a right.
Alright. Give me a second. Let's have it roll, because I'm using a shape off another website. Fuck, it only gets +1. That's 12.
No. Okay, so 8d8 plus 16.
Uh-oh.
That's a flat 50.
As you slam your fist into the creature, it seems to screech out at you. You watch as its muscles start to inflate to almost double the size, and it starts to grow even wider.
You get stronger.
Yes! Strong opponent!
Alright. Anything else you'd like to do?
Did punching the wall count as one of my,
Not one of your attacks, it was just part of your movement going through it to see if you could break the wall or for you to have to walk around it.
Also, before I forget, I get another d8 of radiant damage. 6.
Okay, it screeches as the light kind of pierces it.
Then I'm gonna hit it with this fancy stick, the first beholder this time.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes.
You mean the purple stick?
The flush stick.
It's a 17.
It does not hit. As you watch as it bats away your weapon.
How dare he? I am going then. As a bonus action. I never use this anyway. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Why not? Alright.
3 attack rolls, let's go. That's a 13.
Doesn't hit.
That's an 18.
Does not hit.
That one's a 29.
It does not hit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You watch as the magic kind of hits it and fizzles out.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Bastion, you just watched as Sieko's just made a hole into the creature's gut, ignoring all the natural hallway of it and just piercing through with everything he had. The DM's going to fit as many ass jokes in there here as possible, just to see if YouTube catches it. But yeah, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm just gonna plow right on through.
Secondary hole.
All right, you're going to make a secondary hole, making it even larger for Daka? Or are you going to go...
not?
Oh, okay. All right, let's charge through. Give me an unarmed strike to see if you can break through the wall.
22.
Yep. As you go cascading through, you increase the size of the hole, and now it's this point become a single solid room. As you are now standing right next to Sieko. The forge now still behind the creature, as it seems to be almost blocking it taking these hits.
So first thing I'm going to do is
Jesus Christ.
sorry.
You're good. I was like, oh fuck, man, calm down. If you're gonna rage, give us a warning.
Just letting the demons out.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
And then I am going to stab at this thing.
All right. Let's see what you got.
Is it advantage for
Flanking? Yes. If you're stabbing the smith, not his forge, yeah, then it's flanking.
Well, that kind of sucked. That would be a 23.
23 does not hit.
No? Okay. Stabbing again. Oh, that's much better. A 27.
Still doesn't hit.
Right.
Yes, I think we have to kill the forge, because I hit it the first time, and then suddenly I couldn't hit it anymore.
I wonder if it's due to it can't be hit by magical items.
Well, my fist also did no damage on her.
Well, it was
My dog-
immune to bludgeoning.
Yeah.
All right. Bastion, your blades seem to bounce off of its skin left and right, and the creature seems unfazed.
Alright. That's 2 attack, movement, bonus action. So, that is my turn.
All right. Daka, you're up.
All right. Let's see. I am going. How far is it to get into where they are?
About in total, here, let me pull my map back up. Roughly about 15-ish feet to get in from the doorway.
Gotcha. And you said it's an action or like a bonus action to switch the word on my spelling sword?
It will count as a bonus. I'd say a bonus action in this situation.
Okay. It had been magma, but in the sake of this, I wonder what I want to change the wording to water.
Okay. It turns to liquid and melts or it falls to the ground, leaving you with just a hilt.
Interesting. Okay. Unfortunate. I thought I was gonna have a water blade. That would have been a lot more fun.
Well, now it's watering the grass and and making the swamp ass of this creature.
I'm typing on my 5-letter words paper. What happens to it? Give me one moment. Okay. I will run into the forge.
Okay.
Not into the forge, but run to the forge.
All right. As you run in, you've got Sieko and Bastion kind of standing in front of. Are you going to create a new hole? Or are you going to go through the actual hole? Or are you just going to walk through the hole that's been created?
I'm gonna walk through the holes that these two have created.
All right, Daka taking the third sloppy thirds here, rushing in now, kind of pushing himself in between Sieko and Bastion as the two are moved to the side slightly.
I'm just curious. Has the bloodied orb have any reaction to being in this dead body?
No, it does not seem to.
Okay. Then I will use my attack
Would we
action.
be able to yell out to Daka before he were to attack one of us?
As a free action, sure.
Just be like, Daka, go for the forge.
Thumbs up, buddy.
All right. Are you going to use the rest of your movement to try and get around the party and get closer to the forge?
Oh yeah, because you said it was 15 to get to this point.
Yep.
So yes.
Another 5 feet to get around. Yeah. Okay. As you run around, you watch as the creature just kind of seems to draw its attention now towards you, Daka. The forge roaring hot.
That's perfectly fine. Well, I can't do anything with this sword for the time being. And actually, can I just use my action to change the wording?
Yeah. Who are you going to change it to?
Acids.
Okay. As you put in acids, you watch as a bunch of different colors come together, smoking, and then drop to the ground as it's liquid and kind of settles onto the ground, melting through the floor.
I was hoping to have it, like, fall into
The,
forge, if that matters. but
The
no.
smell of rotting flesh. You can try. Well, you use your action to spell it. Unless you've got another
That's
action.
That's fair. No, that's fine. That's
No.
fine. That'll be it.
Okay. All right. As you end your turn, it's the creature's turn, and it is going to go ahead and activate its legendary its legendary ability here. Fuck. Okay. And the forge turns from this like bright reddish hot flame to a bluish flame that suddenly starts spewing out. And the creature seems to it's the wounds that were inflicted on it seem to completely clear and heal back up, closing. As it continues, let's see. Give me a
So
sec.
the fire change color, is it any less hot or hotter?
As you look, you look on it, didn't seem to influence the room at all from its heat, so you can't tell. And that actually ends its turn, as it can't do anything else when it activates that. Back to the top of the order, Tick-Trick, you are up.
All right. Did I hear what they said to Daka?
No. Well, let's see. Roll me a perception check. Let's see.
17.
Yeah, you did hear him mention something about attacking the forge.
Yeah, I'll do that. They could probably handle this with guy. I'll go through the wall again,
Okay.
see Daka in the forge, and I'll...
Popping up next to Daka.
Yep.
You can't flank this creature, just as a heads up, so...
Unfortunate, but it's okay. And I'll attack it.
Alright.
We'll see if this likes magic weapons. 26.
That hits.
Okay. I am with an ally, so I do get my sting attack damage. It's very nice. Oh, dice cussing, okay. So, 9 magical piercing, 20 extra from sting attack.
Okay. You watch as your attacks bounce off the forge.
Okay. Steel Wind Strike will still activate, though.
Mm-hmm.
Doing... 30, hey, same roll. 30 force damage to it and the smith guy.
You watch as the wind explodes out and does not affect the engine or the forge or the creature or the smith.
Okay. Another thing on my attack is I do poison damage. Can this thing take poison damage?
It cannot. It can't
Okay.
be. It can't be poisoned. Neither of them can be poisoned. I'm gonna save you that trouble now.
Okay.
All right. So,
Fine then. No magic weapon. Fuck this guy. He's a pain.
technically,
And-
you are the pain in the ass.
And you know what? Let's fuck this guy some more. Let me see the wording on this. I cast haste on Sieko.
Oh. All right. So that gives Sieko what, +2 AC?
And an extra action. And double movement.
That's
Diego
concerning.
begins to vibrate.
And then I will go through the wall again and out of here.
Okay. Thus ending your turn as you slash at this creature, watching your attacks dink off the metal.
How much movement did I move to get to the
It would have only been 5 feet to get through the wall.
Okay, and how much to get out of the dragon completely?
Depend if you're going all the way out the same way you
Well, the quickest line, because
Oh.
go through walls.
heading east, you can go through there at about 10 feet because you'd be going, 15 feet because you'd go through the wall, then the passage, and then the wall, and then you'd be on the outside, just between it and the wing.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. Smart. As the forge is up, and we're going to see if I can do this again. Daka! I need a con
Yeah.
save, buddy.
You got the
Alright.
Sieko bonus though. It's nice.
I do.
Come on.
So 11 plus Sieko, what do you give me? 5?
Always been a 5.
Yes. Daka, you will take, as you start to feel yourself being sucked towards the engine, moving you in front of it, you feel the flame on your stomach start to burn. Oh, shit. Your main.
Yeah.
And you're also immune to Fuck! It doesn't do anything. I'm not gonna roll it. Alright, let me pull up my wild magic table. Give me 2 D100s, motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
so-
sad that the blades turn into puddles instead of swords, like the item says, but that's fine.
You'll see why.
So I'm very curious.
So DM,
It doesn't
based
like
on
magic.
what the thing is doing, I think you can only really do what you want to do to Tigdrick.
I'm out of there.
Well, I have to roll for it, so yeah. What's your 2 D100s?
My 2 D100s are as follows: 28, 19.
All right, give me another D100. You hit a thematic table.
Thematic. More beards.
85.
Even longer beard.
Roll a D10.
More inches to the beard.
8.
All right. You all see as suddenly on Daka's head appears this black slime that seems to give off necrotic energy coming from all around it, and it just seems to kind of like let its seraph on his head, becoming a kind of a slightly hardened hat.
What a hard hat.
You just gained a death slime.
Oh
What?
god.
Yeah. So you can consider what that's gonna have, what repercussions that's gonna have later. Feel free to add. Yeah, feel free to add a death slime to other items for later. And that ends its turn because it can't do anything else. So the dog's dead. Sieko, you're up.
I'm gonna use Wall of Water to fill the forge with water.
All right, it will get a save. It can't move, so it's not gonna succeed. But you know, who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky.
It's gonna do it anyway.
It has a -2 to Dex. That's a 13 in total. So I'm gonna say, yeah, go ahead. Is that, if I remember right, is it? One sec.
Wall of Water is technically a defensive spell. I'm just using it to fill it with water.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have it roll a con save to see if the fire goes out, which this it gets a +8 to. Fuck. Well, that's a 9.
Wow. That's
So my
unfortunate.
save DC is an 18.
Yeah, so you watch as the engine screeches out, and the fire goes out completely, seemingly deactivating the forge.
Does anything change with the other guy?
Yeah, as you look about, you notice he starts to shrink down smaller and smaller and smaller until you see this tiefling, like male tiefling who's just covered head to toe in soot and looks to be wearing the same garb of smithing equipment as he deflates down to this small, about 5-foot form with large horns, crazed looking eyes. But yeah, he looks to have shrunk
Does my
down.
sword take shape again, or no?
Yes. Sorry to check the sheet. Yeah. As the forge deactivates, you watch as your the acid seems to float back up into the blade and create an actual blade.
Oh, sweet.
Sieko kind of cracks his neck and was like, "Alright."
Oh, we're
Now let's
ready
do this.
now.
And now I'm gonna beat him with the flesh stick that I have.
Okay.
31.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright. Excellent. So we're starting with 12 bludgeoning.
You watch as his head explodes.
Oh.
Oh my god.
The viscera just covering Bastion.
Oh.
I had 9d6 plus 10 damage to roll, damn it!
So, I mean, I assume, I guess Chitra can tell us when he gets back if the golem's, like, collapsed to the ground after his death, but,
Sure,
can we
I'll
take the
look.
forge with us?
Wait,
I don't know if you want to bring that with what it did to the guy who uses it.
I will say, Sieko, he had a 4 HP. That was a civilian. It was a peasant.
Yeah, well, he had a bounty.
Yeah,
If he
this-
was a tiefling, I was gonna kill him. I'm
and
kinda
now
mad
you're
I didn't
covered
get
in
to.
tiefling blood.
I look at the iron golems. Are they like collapsed? Or are they still standing there like they were before?
They're standing there. They didn't move. They never
Yeah,
moved.
they didn't move in the first place. So
Can I just like absorb all the tiefling blood?
what? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Actually, Bastion, I have an idea. Can I use some of that tiefling blood to put on this bloodied orb?
Bastion, are you gonna try and absorb up all the blood off the floor as well, or are you just gonna get the stuff off that splattered on you?
Oh, just the stuff that was on me.
Okay. Yeah, as Bastion just kind of absorbs it into his skin, Daka, you kind of bend over and start and like shove. Are you gonna just like put the orb in the blood, or are you gonna like take a vial of it and try and bring it to it, or like what's the plan?
I'm gonna do a vial of it, see
Okay.
if something like that, because I'm wondering if maybe sacrifices do with it, maybe giving it blood might help it.
As you put blood onto it, you feel a year of your life given back to you.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Because I still have no idea what this item actually does, but now I know that giving it blood gives me back some of my
Is at
years.
least some.
Well,
kind of
you
benefit.
you were able to sense last time it was you end up activating the thing. It seemed to take 25 years of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
But as you look about, the corpse starts to deteriorate slightly more, or just more and more, as the bones seem to kind of vanish. The flesh kind of starts to crumple in on itself as the hide of the creature that had been designed or had been set up as like a tent starts to kind of fall to the ground on top of you all. The iron golems seem to fall over and fall to pieces as the leather hits, kind of lays on them.
As I leave, I'm gonna pick up what's left, the rest of the body of the tiefling as evidence.
Oh, okay. I will say, as you all look about the natural illusionary space of the dragon's flesh, now deteriorating apart, you do see the other rooms that had treasure in them and managed to collect from a small hoard.
All right.
About 1,600 GP, or 16,000 GP, another 1,600 platinum. 3 art pieces that all depict Goji's mother drawn in different designs. One's kind of a little bit more free-formed, another's like an exact design of her. And the last seems to be kind of like a jigsaw piece design of the imagery, as well as a silver necklace with gemstone pendant, a silk robe with a bunch of golden embroidery. You notice the embroidery seems to have a tiefling noble house mark on it, but none of you being tieflings know off the top of your head exactly what house this is.
Not even me.
Bastion, I will have you roll a history check to see if you recognize it.
Is there anything magical about the box of turquoise animal figurines?
As you look at, no, it's just someone's carved pieces.
Jess, do you think Dorali would like those? I know it's not magical, but
She does like little figurine carvings of people, so I would think so. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what exactly what I'm like.
History?
I wanna show
Yeah.
it to my friend Dorali.
History with advantage, yeah.
With advantage.
Is there anything left of that?
I rolled two
Animal that I
14s,
killed.
so 19.
19. Oh, that's your sec, Tick Trick. As you look at it, you do recognize this house. One moment. Let me pull up the name of it. Oops, just go back, bro. It takes a second to pull everything. And as you're looking, you do notice, Tick Trick, that the dog seems to have vanished. Like the bits have disappeared.
Unfortunate.
So, there we go. Give me a sec. It is... yes. So you recognize the house as Golm Dor Blug, the leaders who ruled prior to the Song family.
I would inform them of that.
Okay. But other than that, the rest of the items look to be pretty normal.
Is anyone
Does...
me taking
you
the
say?
sentinel makeup for my god awful initiative?
Sure, you can have
What?
a sentinel shield.
Yeah, you can have a sentinel shield.
DM, did the killing that dog though count for my armor in terms of the percent chance of getting something?
It didn't seem to pull anything from it, no.
Unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't kill it. The dog killed itself on your blade. It's completely different.
Well, I was gonna say, not all creatures with mechanics like that have like a soul to pull either. Because if it was just a dog shaped like a golem, then
Definitely, I'll be taking that box of turquoise animal figurines, and I'm gonna mail it to Dorali.
But as you look about, you see.
How does the
yes.
sorry, the gemstone pendant, how high quality is that?
The gemstone itself looks to have been cut many a time, so while it's high quality, it's definitely been messed with to make it more pretty looking.
I'll take it. If you guys don't mind, I'll have that.
I mean, I don't.
Yes, the first encounter you guys never got any. Oh yeah, the XP you got the XP, yes.
Okay, cool.
But you just didn't gain items.
I made it to level 14 finally.
Nice.
Level
man.
13! Woo!
But as you kind of look about, the dragon kind of falls apart as you kind of climb your way out, dragging what's left of the tiefling body, still wearing its blacksmith robes and looking like its muscles had been deflated. As you walk out, you're left with a giant dragon hide that's been cured and tanned and set up, and then the rest is just seems to fade away.
Can I take the dragon hide?
Can you lift 1,000 pounds?
Let me see. I can lift 900.
Nope, you won't be able to. I mean, unless your push drag pull weight counts for it, but you'll be you'll be at half speed the entire time you're moving with it, or quarter speed, sorry.
I'd like to roll up the dragon hide and pick it up.
All right, as you start rolling it up, you managed to wrap it rolled up quite nicely. It was well set up and designed. It looks like the person was using it specifically for something. The dragon's tail, I will state, is still intact as far as it goes. For its the pieces that were chopped off. It's about 8 feet. Here we go. 8 feet long. It seems to have a strange like gemstone like inside. As you kind of tap on the like what the flesh is supposed to be, it's as hard as rock, and it's almost luminescent with its coloration. It seems to change, shifting, and then finally settles to like a deep green.
How heavy is this?
15 pounds per foot. So in total, what was it?
8 feet long, 120 feet.
Thank you.
But okay. I think I have enough. I have carry. Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
You can add a Moondragon's tail to your inventory. But as you all look about, having harvested up, the creature being kind of dissipating to nothing, and the iron golems kind of falling apart completely. There are no cores to be found amongst them now. Just hunks of metal and looking almost like a full set of plate.
Do they have cores?
Want to take the forge with us?
They do have cores, typically. Like, most golems will have some sort of core at the center of them.
Are they any good?
These ones are not. They don't seem to be there. They seem to be kind of busted up looking. Yeah.
I think everything here was held together by the forge.
Yeah. The forge seemed to like get fucked with that guy a lot. I
Yeah,
don't know
but
if
do
you
we really want to leave it here?
It is still sitting there completely, as water is still kind of slowly pouring out of the center of its...
Should we try and
I'd say
destroy
we
it?
take it with us
Can I
and
identify
study it.
You can cast Identify on it. Is this ritual or is this straight spell?
Straight, because I don't
Okay.
have it. I'm casting it through the right.
Yeah, so as you begin to cast Identify, you get back, and let me just check the wording on Identify real quick.
You don't get curses.
I mean, you assume it's cursed, it just means that, this is just the DM not remembering every spell and doesn't use Identify very often. Because I always play Cleric, so I rarely pick it up. Let's see. Choose one object. All right, so you will have to touch the object just as a heads up.
I'm aware.
It's a magic guy, so the attribute object. You learn its properties and how to use
technically,
them.
I don't have to. I'm touching it with the ring, so
Okay.
fucking Leon has to deal with it.
All right. So you do find that the item is naturally magical. It is. This is a forge from the Seven Hells, or from Moors. You learn its. As far as it goes, from what you can tell of its properties, it is a fire-based creature. As far as how to use this thing, you do realize you have to continue to feed it metal and living creatures to keep the forge going, but in exchange, it pops out random items. That could be artifacts, could be a common item, could be a lot of things. It may, in some cases, pop out fiends that will begin attacking those who are attuned to it. It does require attunement to use. It does not have a limit to charge, but every time you use it, it does have an insanity roll, which means that if you're going to forge at it, you have a D100. The more often you fail that check, the more your charisma is going to drop, your wisdom's going to drop, and eventually drive you to become feral. It does have a spell affecting it, and you realize that the spell affecting it is an anchor spell, basically to keep an item from teleporting back to its plane of existence. I don't have the spell offhand on me. And the item was not created by a spell itself.
Okay.
And while it
I
is
could just-
considered a creature, it is also considered an item, just as a heads up, so.
If we want
you're
to,
an object.
I doubt any of us want to use it.
That's what we don't want to give it away or
I
anything.
put it in the
I
vault.
still think we should give it away. Yeah. Just put it
I
in the
will
vault.
say, you are able to tell that if you dispelled or counterspelled it, right? You could remove the anchor spell to send it back to wherever it's from.
That's the other option. I could send it back to hell.
Do
Well,
we
isn't it-
Do we want to give
Would
it
you
to
be
Hell,
able
though?
to put it in the vault? You said it won't take feet.
Oh, it won't take fiends. Yeah,
Correct.
we could. Maybe
I mean,
it
it
would.
is also an object, though. I don't know how that would work.
We could try it.
Well, remember the fiendish dagger was refused as well.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Which was not-
So If we send it back,
Your town has a vault, doesn't it, Sirko?
that's not as secure.
I'm not bringing
Also.
this to my town.
So if we do like decide to send it back,
Could
It
we
could-
dispel magic it and just get rid of it?
That's what
I'm trying to explain right now before you keep interrupting me.
Well, I
Ooh.
got to it first.
Well, fuck you. That's what I've been saying I wanted to do.
Spicy.
If we
Because
do,
I know
it could
hell
be.
doesn't have more of these. It's not going to make a difference if we send them back.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a religion check. Sorry, Grumpy, but go ahead. What were you gonna say, Grumpy?
If we send it back, there is a chance that they will notice, oh, hey, the thing's back. Which could be good or bad. They might be happy, I don't know. Or not happy, or try and find us, which will be bad, but,
Or they just won't care.
or they won't care.
Bastion
Studying
could plane
what
shift
the-
it as well.
You can just put it
I-
down there and leave.
I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to dispel this.
Sounds fine with me.
You gonna dispel magic on it?
Dispel magic, the anchor spell specifically. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just roll for where it ends up. What floor it goes back to. Alright. In a distant place, somewhere deep on the 7th floor, this thing pops up in the middle of the throne room and makes its plans for its return. After it washes its mouth out. One more time. But as it just dissipates. You see as you cast a spell magic, a hellfire kind of expands out around it and blazes, almost causing it to look like it's burning. For a moment, you hear screeching from the creature, but then it disappears and the fire dies out almost immediately.
There. Dealt with. And I'll pick up my
Let's
hold
go
up,
back to town.
and I'll get ready to bring us down. Yep.
Each of you give me a perception check real quick. And the highest wins on this one, just as a heads up.
19.
Okay.
29.
Yeah, there's Tigtrix. Yep. Can't beat that.
Is anybody else gonna roll, or are we just gonna go with 29?
None of us can beat that. Our highest modifier is fucking, I think Doc is +5.
Still roll for it, because you don't know what'll happen.
I said 10.
Okay, you did. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Everyone rolled, no one beat Tigtrix.
And Siako got 12.
16.
Oh, 16? Okay. Some reason my log's not updating. Okay. So in the order, as you all kind of are looking about and kind of getting ready to step away, for a moment you spot a thing of chains lying on the ground, and Daka, your head starts to just get a migraine immediately pointing at this item.
Gonna grab it.
However, everyone else also sees these strange-looking blackened chains that seem to kind of curl up underneath where the forge was.
Is this like my item thing picking off?
Yes.
Alright, yep, grabbing it.
We'll say first person to see it is going to be Tictric, so...
It's down in order of who wants to go for it.
Uh-huh.
That's fair.
What do I notice about it?
You see these chains very similar to Goji's tattoo almost identical, except these ones being actual chains themselves. They seem to have little hourglasses marked on each one of them. That seems to, when you kind of watch as they kind of curl and move, the hourglass flips every few seconds. You also notice that Daka's eyes immediately lock onto this thing.
I know these don't play well with the gods, huh? Seeing his reaction and determining this is probably similar to the items he's searching for. Or do I not know that they don't play well with gods? I don't know.
As far as it goes, Logolthus would have told you to avoid these any items
Okay.
of like great power that that someone like Daka would be looking at for.
Okay, so yeah, I won't touch it. Did the hammer guy or the smith guy? Did he have a hammer, or did that dissolve as he deflated?
It did dissolve. It was part of the forge. And then Bastion, what did you get?
19.
19. So you're up next as you see this item.
Does anything stand out to me
Um,
for it?
Yes, this item is definitely cursed as shit because of your fiendish, or because of your true sight. Oh, I should have mentioned this to Tictric. Tictric, I apologize for that. Yeah, as you look, you can definitely tell this is an extremely cursed item. You're not sure what the curse is, but you can see the dark energy coming off of it from the spell.
Dude, I'm done touching cursed shit.
And I'm
Last
talking
thing was
like
not good.
this thing's 9th level cursed, not like light. This is definitely an item that you can tell this thing's got a
Is
lot
this
of
happening
power.
so quick we can't talk to each other?
Yes.
Before the next person.
Correct.
Okay. So no words.
Well, if I'm sensing all that, I ain't gonna fuck with it.
Okay. All right. I will say none of you would be able to recognize the aura, unfortunately, to where it's coming or what it reminds you of. Due to none of you being there, have been there. So, Sieko, what about you?
I saw Daka's eyes lock on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I can guess. He has a quest to find the Lord Items. I also have a quest to find the Lord Items because of my item. I have to pick it up.
Oh, you sure?
I have been told by the item I'm carrying to find each item and find each of them a wielder. I have a quest.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just asking after what I just described to this thing, because you have true sight. You could see this as well.
I know I can see it, but...
Daka's literally the only one who can't see it.
Yeah, I have to, man.
You don't
Alright.
have to.
Alright. You guys are gonna really regret him picking this up. Alright, I need a intelligence saving throw, because you're about to be driven nuts, my friend. And you can't die with this item on you. You barely succeed on the first one. The DC does go up every day. You have to roll for that. You have this item in your inventory or on your person. So you can add in your other inventory because I haven't made the item officially yet. Called Fear's Chains, made by the First Son. Anybody can read the lore, so I'm not gonna hide this and like put it behind a wall. But I'm gonna post it. You don't have to read it if you don't want to. But that's the lore for it. Yeah, as you all see, Sieko kind of goes and grabs the chains and picks them up, and his eyes start to kind of cloud for a minute, and then they come back. Daka, you for a briefest of moments, your radar is pointing at, of course, Sieko, but it starts pointing immediately towards the Isle of Man.
Alright, I'm leaving the party and going to the Isle of Man.
Okay, good luck.
Oh, okay. All right. As Daka just turns, gets on his shield, and immediately flies off on his own. That is where we're gonna end session today. We thank you all for watching, and we see you next time. I think Cook's mad.
Probably.